Well, hello there. Right, the Hangout on air is now live. Just like to say welcome everybody to Weggy's Hangout, the Bikers Bash #2. It's been a few weeks now. We've all been busy soaking up the salt in the winter weather, and for one reason or another, I've got a lot of background noise for some reason.
Got a kettle on.
That's kitchen noise, wasn't it?
Got a kettle on, mate.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Yeah.
I'll be off in a minute.
But anyway, it's good to be here. I'd just like to say hello to all the folks who have managed to join so far, been in the panel. Evening, folks.
I am.
Yeah, it's good to see you all. Hopefully we'll have a few more turn up throughout the evening. We're going to be on here till 11 o'clock, and if anybody else would like to join us, you can either join us one or two ways. You can join us through the Q&A and pose some questions to myself or anybody else. So I think Andy, Catherine, Dave, anybody else who'd like to join can also join through the link on the Hangout link on my YouTube channel, Weggy ZX12R, or you can send a link to Weggy ZZR on Skype, and we'll connect, and I'll send you the link via that as well. So all's good. Anyway, without no further ado, we're now at the beginning. And it's been a while, it seems like a long time, we're now at the beginning of what can be and what probably will be a fantastic motorcycle season, yeah?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and I believe, from what I've obviously just hearing from Catherine down there, woman Wolf Rider, that I know she's out and about, as is Andy, and myself. I mean, I commute to work every day of the week on my XJ600, but the ZX12 has been hitting the wooden box just down in the garden. That's now fettled and ready to rock and roll. But Catherine has just come back from a little run out. Would you like to explain to us all?
Market Deeping, the Iron Horse, they do bike night every Thursday, and this is the first one of this season. And tonight we've got Lord and Lady Hepcat, Bex 88, Artifacts Astra, and Sue, my friend, what's your vlog name going to be now? She's going to be called Attitudica, so that's one.
Oh, well, just say evening Sue in the background.
Evening Sue.
Attitudicus, or whatever your name is.
Attitudica.
Did you say she's going to be called Spartacus?
Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
Spartacus.
You're Spartacus.
Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
Yeah.
Hope
she don't fight like Spartacus.
No, she don't sound like Spartacus.
She could be Farcus, yeah. Could be Fuckus as well.
Fuck, yeah, all right. Oh, well,
anyway,
already.
It was a lovely night, and we had lots of lovely burgers, and it was nice, and it was pretty cold coming back, but apart from that, it was good. So, yeah. Highly recommended.
Splendid, because I just spoke to Hepcat before we come on live and that, and he said he's had obviously a fantastic time with yourself and his dear wife, and Bex, and so on and so forth, and whoever else went on this particular little bimble, and he was feeling quite cold.
On the way back, it was a bit nippy. There was frost biting at your fingers as it does, but yeah, that's all right. Sue on her grom. Hey, Susan.
Stop it.
Don't give them anything else to laugh at.
There's nothing like a grom, is there, really?
You can't beat a good grom. Good
yeah,
grom.
I actually, at the Cobb Dock Bike Show, I looked absolutely fantastic on one of them.
You did.
Yeah, I don't know who actually looked.
I did.
I mean, Andy B sat on one. It actually looked a little bit too big for him, but I mean, Andy,
for him, but for me, that looked mightily too big for me.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, as a bike. I mean, I had a look in Ling's window the other day, and they got one in the front there, obviously right next door to the Triumph collection, and they're a fantastic little machine. There's no two ways about it. They look good, don't they?
Little mini supermoto, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's fun to ride. It makes you smile. What more do you want, you know? It's slow, but you know, got to live with that.
Well, it's a 125. But at the end of the day, if you've got the likes of the character of RJ floating about, you know, the streets of London riding, well, they've got to be good for something, haven't they? Sure.
You can make them sound really nice, can't you?
Yeah, well,
it really doesn't matter if it's slow or if it's quick. As long as you enjoy riding it, it doesn't matter what it is.
Exactly.
Exactly, mate. Front wheel, back wheel, it don't matter if you're upside down on a bloody thing, do it, Dave? But no, that's great. And obviously, I believe you've also been planning and you're putting together the run, obviously with the Melton Mowbray event.
Yes, it's Dove Cottage Day Hospice. It's just called the Dove Cottage Ride Out on the 23rd of April, Saturday.
I might just take
And it's £5 to join. Oh, going. Good. Noise in the background.
I'll tell you what. Get the whole fucking family on here, Andy. Come on.
I was just threatening the waterboarder, mate. I am gonna fucking waterboard her. That's fucking gonna happen. I tell you.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
you can piss off. Go on.
I'll tell you.
Fucking little shite.
You sort them out, mate. You sort them out like you do the punters in your club, mate. No taking the piss. No foul language. No nothing. Yeah.
No, that's right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
Anyway, sorry, Kat.
No, that's okay. Yeah, it's going to be about 2.5 hour run, about 65 miles. Visiting all of the hospice shops. They've got 4 shops.
Yeah.
Just cruising past, basically. We can't stop. And we could have 200 bikes, so that'll be quite scary for me because I'm leading them.
Yeah, I know you. I know there was talking, obviously with the bigger runs and the bigger meets, there was talk. I believe somebody was asking about whether the possibility of having sort of police backup. I don't honestly think you're going to need that, are you? Surely.
By law, you're supposed to inform them.
You inform them, yeah.
Yeah, we've informed them, and all they said was, on the day, ring 101 and say there'll be lots of bikes in Melton, and that's all they want to know.
No, they'll have a few characters reporting something or other, won't they?
Oh, there'll be speed traps and checking your number plates and all sorts of shit things. But no, it should be good. It's all in a good cause anyway. And at the end of the run at Statham, which is the head office, we're having a raffle.
Yeah.
And at the moment, we've got some BSB tickets going, a pair of tickets for Brands Hatch.
Oh, superb. What a track as well.
There's, the RST giving us a £150 voucher.
Is that a charity shop run then, Kat?
Yes, it is, yeah. It's a day hospice.
Oh, I hope you put in on that raffle a nice sheepskin coat. I'd really like to win a nice sheepskin coat from the 70s. You know, some old boys had it for fucking 40 years. I'd love to win that. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, in them days, it was a bit like the old caftan.
It's got to be sheepskin though.
Of course.
Didn't they have the old caftans with the old sheepskin type thing, and you just sort of take your missus home, lay out on the floor, and away you went, didn't you?
Oh, you did, yeah. They used to always smell though, didn't they? Feisty and horrible.
I don't know what sort of women you were knocking about in them days.
Probably feisty and horrible.
You know.
Oh, God.
I still do if I get a chance.
Oh, absolutely, mate. I can't blame you. I'm just going to quickly flick over to the Q&A and just say evening to. We got the lovely Bex88. Great evening at the Iron Horse with Kat and the others. Hello, Bex. Good to see you.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Hello, little Bex.
Right, let's have a look here. Good evening to Mr. Blue Boy Bimble Boy Blue. Good evening, my man.
Good evening, my boy.
Good to see you, buddy.
Do you reckon he'd like to have a nice sheepskin coat?
Probably already has, mate.
Has he already got one? Has he? I bet he has, actually. Yeah.
And anyway, he says evening order, everybody. Anyway.
Evening.
Evening, Bimble. And who we got here then? Some geezer, right, from, I believe us otherwise known as Steel City, isn't it? Sheffield.
Oh,
Hello,
yeah.
Biz.
Hi,
Hello,
Biz.
Biz.
Evening, Biz.
Hello, my boy.
Man. It's good to see you, buddy, and pleased you turn up and you're watching, mate. Be good to get you on board, mate, to be honest with you. If you want to, if you got you're operating your webcam, you old monkey, and you want to show your chops on here, like you did in the video the other day with your hoodie, by all means, join the crew, dude. Yeah.
He had his hoodie on, didn't he?
I think Mr. Hapcat made an unremarkable comment towards, hey, you're just as ugly as me, you mother. No, mate, if you want to join us, mate, by all means, crack your old camboy and join us. Get yourself on board, mate, yeah?
Bex keeps saying she wants to join, but she never does.
No, God, no, but it's just good to have people turn up and just give us a look anyway on it. But Right, next time, mate, I'd like to say hello to my old mate. He's also a classic member of the Idiot Collective. Highwayman, otherwise known as Taz. Good to see you, my man. Lovely bike. He's just he's actually got. He's just done a video. He's normally riding around on a Bandit. We obviously met him at the Cop Dock last year.
We did.
And he has now gone over. Well, I think it's to do with his missus. Actually, she's finding it hard to get onto the back of the Bandit nowadays. And he's just purchased himself a cracking little cruiser bike, a lovely looking VN 800, I believe. And his video's up on the YouTube under Highwayman, so give him a look. It's a lovely sounding bike as well. So it's good to see you, buddy.
The other day, yeah.
Right, there we got here. Yeah, just a reply from Bimble. Only if you're inside the coat already, Andy.
Good one, I like that. That's a good one.
Fuck, he's just joined the Sheep Shaggers Country Club, isn't he?
Good one, I like that.
Good old boy. He come out with some stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's a cracker.
Right, and Biz Boy's back. Aritsu, love, ha ha. Arit. I don't know. I can't say because we come from Suffolk, so we can't fucking speak.
Yeah, Biz has got his own language anyway, hasn't he?
He has, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what planet he come from, but
That's not Planet of the Apes, I know that.
I couldn't suss him out because I mean he had a hoodie the size of the fucking Dartford Tunnel the other night on his video, and it's just this little Sheffield head just poking out of this sort of about 15 sheep that have been sewn together, and it's wrapped around his bonce, and you could hear this sort of Sheffield accent coming through, and I thought, I don't know, it sounded a little bit like old Biz, but I wasn't 100% sure. But anyway. He's doing all right. Anyway, Biz, cheers, Wexter. I certainly will join in at some point, buddy. What do you reckon, folks? Do you reckon you will?
No. 50-50.
Do you reckon Biz will finally bite the bullet and get his ass on here?
Come on, Biz.
Go on, man. Get yourself on here, man. Let's have a different accent for a change. We had all sorts on here. We had Suffolk, and we got Black Country boy down there, Dave. Yeah. Would he say Brum or would he say Black Country, Dave?
I'm definitely Black Country because I was born in Wolverhampton.
Oh, right, okay, mate, bit of a noddy holder.
Yeah, but Brum is not Black Country. Brum is Robbie Jim or Birmingham, but
yeah, I did it.
The Black Country is West Bromwich, Smethwick, Walsall, and all those kind of areas around there, Wolverhampton.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, okay. Sorry, sorry, Dave, I just got this wrong. Now, we've mixed up. We've got two characters, and we're messing around with different names. This is Wayne. No, Wayne. I'm the other highwayman, Wayne. Yes, most certainly. Good to see you, buddy. If you're in the sort of vicinity that we are with the Idiot Collective as well, there's big confusion. There's some names floating about that have been changed and so on and so forth. So yeah, my mistake. Oh, sorry, buddy, but good to see you anyway. Speaking of which, we have got the cracking event of the Ace Calf coming up in June, I believe. So that'll be a good one, Andy, mate. Again, won't it?
Yeah, we'll go down to that one.
Yeah, we certainly will, mate. And we've got plenty to talk about tonight. What we got here? Right, Larry Daves. Hello, Larry. Good to see you, buddy. And I'm very sorry to hear about your motorcycle. We all heard about the Suzuki. Next door neighbour wrote it off.
Yeah.
Well, reversed into it and wrote his Suzuki off, which I think initially pissed his mind what it did himself, because there's been more reaction on, especially on some of Facebook and that, with his missus has actually been commenting much more so than Larry. He seemed fairly relaxed about it, to be honest with it. But she's ready to shoot him. I mean, if it's still alive, then fair enough.
Well, there's nothing like a woman's scorn, is there?
No, mate. No, I mean, you know, he expressed that he was obviously a tad pissed off. It's such a silly thing, you know. Bikers parked up. The funny thing was, he'd only just literally cleaned the hell out of his Suzuki. That was looking nice. And I said it sort of a day or two. I don't think he'd even used the thing before the next door neighbour literally, I think, reversed into it and wrote it off. And now I believe, if I'm right in saying, Larry Boy is hoping to get something like I think he spoke about a ZX9. ZX. Oh yeah, it could have a Grom. It could have a Grom, or we could have I'm a little bit slower like a ZX9R, so happy days. So anyway, just quickly flicking through, we will get to everybody in a second. I'd just like to say good evening to my old mate Marty in New Zealand. Volgnit, if I pronounce that properly, I always get that wrong. But it's good to see you, Marty, mate. And he says, greetings, you idiots, from New Zealand.
Thanks.
Evening, or morning, or afternoon, or night. Whatever.
Are they in front of us, or below us, or behind us, or on top of us?
I think it's Wednesday there, isn't it, next week?
Is it next week, is it?
Something like that. Yeah. Right, quickly back to Larry. I used to live in Whitmore Reens and Low Hill in Wolverhampton. Oh, Wolverhampton, sorry. Yeah, Wolverhampton. Yeah. I know we're a bit stupid in something. Right. I just said Wolvo. I don't fucking Volvo for a minute. Square the glasses up a tad. Right, so Larry knows the business about the Black Country and Wolverhampton. Another quick one, Larry. Larry, hope to have bike by then. Weggy, want to meet you all. Well, you certainly will do, mate. You get yourself sorted, mate. We've got plenty of meets coming up, which we'll speak about tonight. Right. Just quickly moving down. Oh, it's just Larry. Larry again, I'm fuming inside. I bet you are, mate. I bet you are, mate.
It doesn't go down very well if you kill your neighbour, though, does it really?
No.
Probably they do. You can't kill your neighbour. You might want to kill him, but you can't really.
It's justifiable homicide.
I think,
well, that would be if there's a bike involved, yes. If he smashed your bike up, yes.
I mean, this is before, you know, I got back on my bikes and I had a cracking little Ford Focus, and it was a superb little car, and in my yard, it was quite a big yard, the haulage yard. One of the drivers just wasn't paying attention, and he reversed at 45 across the yard and took the front end completely off his Focus. And he came up to me, and obviously I said, "I'm really sorry, mate." I said, "I'll just hit your car." So the typical Weggy reaction was fairly tame, and we went sort of marching across the yard. I couldn't believe it, mate. Honestly, you know, I won't go into sort of a certain amount of verbal expression, but just to say that I was a tad pissed off was, and he just stood there. He said, "I'm really sorry, mate. I'm really sorry." He said, to me, so I actually lost sight of your car because of the fog. It wasn't the fog, man. There wasn't any fog. It was as clear as a bell that night. It was a white car. There was lights. So how did you hit my car? Why couldn't you hit the one next door? What do you have to hit mine?
Probably a shit driver, mate.
He was shy. He didn't last much longer. But the fortunate thing was the company actually paid it off, and to be quite honest with you, he didn't last much longer. So happy days. The funny thing is, he was a nice enough bloke, you know, until he got behind the wheel. Just a quick one with Larry again. ZX9 or 955. Obviously, there'd obviously be two different ideas on as to which one people would prefer. Both fantastic bikes. But yeah, nice one, Larry. Right, Larry, just give Andy a full sheep and wellies. Yeah, well, you know all about that one. Anyway, okay, right, great. It's good to see you all. Hopefully we'll get a few more viewers and a few more people join us on the panel. I don't know where Calm Biker is. I've sent everybody links and this and the other. Kev, he's knocking about and so on and so forth. But anyway, fantastic panel we have so far. Just moving on swiftly to quickly to Dave, because we've obviously known about the problems that Dave has had, and obviously he's a lot better now. It's good to see he's back on his bike and producing the odd vlog here and there. Just unfortunately, just gave us some sad news, mate, and some bad news for yourself anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately today I've been made redundant, so I've now got to start again and look for another job, unfortunately. I was going to go on Calm Bikers Ride Out, but now I don't know when I'm going to get any money next, so I'm not going to go on any long ride outs. It's just going to be short stuff at the moment.
Dave, how long have you worked there then, mate?
5 years.
Only 5 years, yeah.
5 years is 5 years, Dave, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest with you, I mean, obviously from what we gather, you know, obviously you're the welder by trade.
That's right.
And you know, it's really a heartbreaking thing. You know, I mean, only twice have I been laid off, and literally it was 10 years ago. I was working for a company and I didn't have enough work, and I needed to join them. I'd been with them for 3 months, and they laid me off. I went and found myself another job, and literally 12 weeks after that, because it went quiet again, they laid me off again. So twice I had to tell my wife that I've got no job. But fortunately, me being a man, and like a lot of people, I just took myself up around the industrial parks, around the haulage yards, and I got myself a job within 2 days. You know, I've been there now 10 years.
Well,
you know,
I'm hoping to get something fairly quickly.
I hope so, Dave.
I mean, when I had my fall, I was off work for 14 months.
Yeah.
And I've only just started back at work, as you know, 6 weeks ago, something like that I just started back at work. And it's not really come out of the blue, because the gaffer was selling stuff off left, right and centre, so we expected it. But he just came in today, right at the end when I was about to go home.
Really?
And he just says, we need a meeting with everybody.
Yeah.
There's a bloke there, and he just says, we got to shut down, unfortunately.
Yeah, at least you're in a horrible situation, mate. They, I mean, obviously, you know, you've been given a redundancy letter, and obviously, you know, from the staff. How many staff were at the place, mate?
We only had 6 people there.
Right.
We gone in 2000 and what was it? 2011. The place has already gone made everybody redundant once and then restarted again. But that's in 2007 that was, or 2008, and then they had 14, 15 people that got it down to. It was a big place that made lots of seats for cars and vans. But now we're down to 5 people, and we were supposed to move, but because the landlord wanted us out, but they couldn't find a place that was affordable. They were at 30,000 square feet of room that they're at the moment, paying 30,000 a year. Everywhere they were looking for 10,000 square feet also paid 30,000 a year. Yeah. So they just couldn't afford to move, unfortunately.
No. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that, Dave. And like I say, we all, you know, from all of us, mate, we just hope you find something fairly soon, mate. And you know, you'll keep your chin up, because I'll tell you what, it's okay for a week or 2 or even 3 weeks. You've already had that stint of not working.
That's
so
right.
You know, and I mean, okay, that was unfortunate, but you went along with it, and as you had to, and got yourself you know, back to the health that you are now. But when it's a slightly different bag of analysis out of your hands, you know, it comes as a shock, obviously, sometimes. Maybe not when you've seen things happen, and you sort of get a gist of, oh, well, that's not right. You know, you sort of look at movement that is not normally the movement of a normal scenario or a normal day, and you think something's happening here. Yeah. And then, well, you know, sort of, you know, people start getting different ideas, and that becomes something. And a lot of the time, that actual thought of the few becomes reality. You know. And,
manufacturing industry in this country is absolutely being hammered at the moment, and heavy industry is really, really struggling. You can see that with the steelworks today, and
terrible, mate. Yeah.
It's just everything's going abroad, mate.
It is, mate. You know, and let's just be quite honest about it. I mean, why this country couldn't have supported you know, and it's backed the steel manufacturing in this country much more so than they have done.
Well, I don't want to get into politics, but that's corporate, and that's corporate. Corporate's running the world as easy as that, and they don't give a shit about anybody.
Mate, as simple as that. They don't worry about it, because at the end of the day, let's be quite honest, the eventuality and all that is already happening, is the fact that the Chinese are producing everything. the major bulk of steel now, mate, and that's
and they can do it cheap as well. They don't care about pollution and all that sort of crap, do they? They just pollute everything and open a coal fire power station every friggin' week. They don't care.
Yeah. But anyway, so we'll move on from there, Dave. So, wish you best of luck with that one, Dave.
Yes, mate.
Cheers.
And just going to quickly nip over to the Q&A again. Hope you get a job soon, Dave. That's from Larry Davis.
Thanks, Matt.
And also we have a good friend of mine, Scott, Iron Slim. Greetings, Wegs and crew from the States. Hello, Scott, mate. It's good to see you, bud.
Hi, mate.
Evening.
He's another classic Harley Davidson rider.
Aha, just like me then.
He's most definitely a Harley rider.
Sometimes.
Big fan of Harley Davidson. Great bloke as well. And anyway, just
actually, I've got a reply. I think he replied to one of my vlogs the other day, so I'm going to ask him a question. I'm going to send him a question back, actually, about Harley Davidsons. Yeah, I'll do it on me reply, but I will send him one. I will ask him a question.
Well, so we got plenty to talk about now, anyway, because there's plenty of good videos been going up. Apart from Mike's, I ain't putting nothing up at all. But I'm going to be putting up some stuff which we'll talk about a little bit later. But firstly, I'd just like to say before we move on, good evening, Richard, mate. How are you?
Hello.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, you too. You too. It's about time we had one of these, isn't it?
It was, mate. Yeah, I was saying, I wasn't sure he was going to be sort of joining, but I mean, I had to cancel the last one. I've not been well at all for a couple of 3 weeks with that flu virus that's going around. It really knocked the hell out of me. And unfortunately, I passed it on to the wife, but she's now, hopefully, you're okay now, aren't you? Yeah. But, excuse me, but, yeah. So, yeah, I cancelled the last one, and the young Wolf Rider did one a couple of weeks back, and I think he enjoyed it. I think he, I don't, from what I gather, I don't think he'll be too keen to do another one too soon.
As good as that.
To be honest, I mean, I did see the poor old boy. I mean, Catherine turned up and had a good chat. I don't think he didn't get the advertisement out.
I had no idea it was on.
And he really did it. He did it as a favour for me, which I felt quite sorry for the lad, really, because it was quick. He'd done it to cover my back so that everybody had a chance to have a hangout, and unfortunately, it didn't quite turn out as he would have liked, I don't think, to be honest. But anyway,
I did see a bit of it, actually, but I was laid up in bed myself, ill, so I watched a bit of it and then fell asleep.
Everybody's been bloody ill, haven't they?
Mate.
You know, I've been shit. My missus, like yours, Weggy, has been shit.
Yeah.
Everybody I've done my club have all been shit, you know. It's been terrible. I don't know what this thing was going around, but...
Did you have a bad head with it, Weggy?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what happened. I went to... we were all talking about this. We all just quickly mentioned that the Guy Martin night was fantastic. We loved that. That was brilliant night, and the superb watching. The guy is fantastic. Well, Crazy Horse Customs at Bury obviously did the work on his Indian Scout, and I mean Andy's been out there, I believe.
Oh yeah.
You know, and obviously the Cactus Twins, and they're big fans of the lads out there and their nights and everything else. But anyway, this particular Sunday, I'd gone out there on the bike. I said to my wife, I'm just going to nip out for a couple of hours. I went to Crazy Horse, and when I got out there, and I thought, I don't know, it don't feel right. And I just had a little scam around and chat with a few of the lads and so on and so forth. But when I got back, I didn't feel. I felt about 75%, and I had a bit of a skull ache coming on. And then the very next day, when I was meant to be starting the night shift, I felt absolutely terrible. I really did. You know, that flu feeling that you've had for about 3 or 4 days has really got you down and really feel like it's finished you off. You've got no energy. You're goldfish bowled. You just got nothing. Well, I felt like that, and my wife said to me, "Why didn't you take the night off?" I said, "No." I said, "I don't want to lose the money." As you do. Well, I went to work that particular night, and that was one of the hardest working nights on a Monday that I've had in a long time. And on top of how I was feeling, that just finished me off, and I ended up losing 2 nights after that, you know, which... I
actually, Weggy, felt like I'd been dead 6 months and been dug up.
Fuck it, I'll tell you what, I smelled like it.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah, you know, I tell you, mate, it's from what everybody's been saying, it's once you've got it, it doesn't go, it doesn't leave you, it knocks you back day after day, you know, and I think that, you know, a lot of people have had it, and from what I gather, the hospitals have had a good few more people, you know, over the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, especially older people who have been suffering with the same problem, you know.
It's been overrun, I think.
I think so, mate, yeah.
If you've got a headache with it, which you can't shift for a couple of days, then it's swine flu.
Ah.
There's a lot of that going around at the moment.
You being serious?
Yeah. My friend had it, and she couldn't shift a headache for 2 days. And
yeah, my daughter had a skull ache for about 3 or 4 days, and she didn't feel very well. Yeah. My son went down with something for a couple of days as well.
I think that was about 3 or 4 years ago.
Swine flu. Yeah, but it keeps coming round, doesn't it?
Oh, I know they give us all injection marks, didn't they?
Yeah, but no, there is swine flu about at the moment.
Yeah.
I had a bit of a skull like about 14 months ago.
Yeah, well, that was.
Yeah, well, yeah. That was throwing yourself about, you
Yeah.
crazy character. But anyway, Rich, just quickly flying back to yourself, mate. How's life with yourself, bud?
It's all right. You know,
Yeah, been busy.
I've just been out in the garage. I've been looking forward to my hangout, and then I got a knock on the garage door, and Mrs. C sticks her head around and says, "You know it's 9:30, don't you?" and your phone's been beeping. I think you've got a hangout on. But I went out with Keith. Well, I went out with it was about 10 of us went out for testing out my route for my ride out.
Yeah.
And Keith looked at my bike and went, "That's dirty." And that's the worst thing you can say to somebody with my brain. So I got it over. I thought I'll give it a clean. So I give it a wipe over. And I thought, yeah, it's dirty. I'll get it up on the lift so I can get in there with a toothbrush. I got on the lift, and I went, "Bloody hell, there's rust there." I'll get that out. And then so I thought I'll lift it in the wheelie position so I can really get underneath and get this bit of rust I saw. And that's when I saw that most of the paint had gone off the bottom of the engine. It's like, right, so I'll have to sort that out. And then I thought I'll take all the plastics off so I can get to it all easy and I can paint it without getting overspray or anything like that. So I took all the plastics off. Now some of the plastics are Chinese cheapo add-ons, like the rear hugger and the under tray thing. What's that thing called?
Belly pan.
Belly pan. Not an under tray. That's
Sorry, Rich. Can I just ask what bike are you talking about, mate?
The 750.
750. Okay, mate.
Yeah, and because I bought that one second hand, didn't I?
Yeah.
And so I took that off, and it's almost crumbling. All the brackets that are holding the plastics together. With I don't know what they make the Chinese metal out of, but it's barely metal.
Plastic.
So I've been grinding all the paint off that and getting rid of all the rust and repainting it all and faffing about and.
Oh man, terrible.
I gave up on the idea of spraying the engine because there was so much of it done. So I've just done it with a paintbrush of all things and cylinder black.
Yeah.
Anybody remember cylinder black? Do we still use that? 'Cause it seems to have worked all right actually.
We all remember it because we're all old, apart from Kat.
Yeah.
I'm very young. Yes.
But yeah, I did it with a kid's paintbrush, and it was like the. Well, you'll know, Dave. It's like your model making, isn't it? When I used to do painting models, and you're in there, and I think I'm there with a 3mm brush, thinking this is taking a while. But anyway, the engine is now black again, whereas it was kind of silvery coloured.
Yeah. It's not a particularly old bike, Rich, is it?
2011 it is.
Is it? Cost a lot, mate. I was surprised.
You don't want to put mine on your stand and do the same thing. I went back for about 6 months.
Well, I want to get this put together again. I'm doing that. I mean, it was coming around a while back. We were talking about this eye-to-eye thing. I don't know if you've heard of them. They do these bike skills courses.
Yeah.
And I've booked one in for a couple of weeks' time. So I thought I want to do it on that bike because some of the stuff you're doing, there's a reasonable chance of dropping it. So I thought, if I'm going to drop one, I want to drop the cheap one, not the expensive one that ain't got any crash protection.
So there's some sort of course where you learn to drop a bike properly, is it?
I'm hoping not. I'm hoping. I'll tell you, there's some impressive video and photos of the guy that does the course.
Yeah.
That convinced me. There's a video of him. He's doing tight turns. Yeah, tight turns are always a pain on a heavy bike, aren't they? When you want to do U-turns, and he's just going round and round and round and round. Loop after loop after loop on full lock at speed.
Yeah.
And then when he starts panning round, you realise he's not even holding on.
Yeah.
He's just tipping it in and doing it all with his legs. And there's another one where he's showing you the power of the brakes and the ability for a bike to stop from about 50 or 60 miles an hour in 10 metres.
Yeah.
And to demonstrate, he's got, I'll show you, where's my camera? He's got his 2 fingers on the brake, the thumb tip on the bar, and these 2 fingers doing nothing at all. So he's just braking like that. The other arm is up in the air, and the bike's up at 45 degrees with the back wheel in the air. It's like, yeah, he looks like he knows what he's talking about, so I'll go and try a bit of that.
Yeah.
Well, the old racing boys, if you look at the racing boys, they only use for 2 fingers, don't they?
Yeah.
They don't use the full hand like we do. They've just got 2 fingers or a finger.
Yeah.
But it's one-handed stoppy bit that got me.
I only use 2 fingers because I'm paranoid.
Dave, we've seen your vlogs, mate. We know you use 2 fingers on a regular basis.
Yeah, he only sticks them up like that, doesn't he?
But I thought, I've not been riding that long. When they teach you to ride, it's very, very basic, isn't it? I mean, CBT might as well not exist. The actual lessons and your test, it's very, very basic. Can you get down the road without killing yourself, basically, or killing anybody else? The IAM stuff that I did is absolutely brilliant, but it's all about safety and positioning and all that kind of stuff, and nothing about actually controlling the bike in extreme circumstances. So I thought I'll do the I2I thing. I2I think that's the complete opposite. So I'll see how it goes, and I'll let you know about it another time.
Yeah, why not, mate? I mean, it's just another little bit of experience for you, isn't it? I mean, obviously you've been doing 1 or 2 courses in your time since you started riding, and pay you on the back for that, mate. I think some of us, I suppose, for years of experience, I obviously like Andy and myself and Dave, and you've been riding for so many years now. You just you stick to what you know. But I tell you what, you never close your ears completely to learning new things. It's like our old mate Jeff, who didn't start riding that many years ago, and he's so Grey Viper. We all know he's a Grey Viper. He's,
yeah.
On the hangers and stuff, and he's done the IM courses, and I think he's out on a regular basis, and he's always sort of willing to learn new stuff, whatever. He's quite often out with the lads, doing their runs and meets and stuff. And,
I've met Grey Viper. Met him in Skegness. He
did. Yeah, with but not good plug. But anyway, it's good to see.
That I2I thing, though, the thing that swayed me was I saw this magazine article, and it was about 8 to 10 pages, and the guy who did it was I believe was an IAM observer, might even have been a kind of senior in the IAM, riding for 30 years or something. Kev knows about it. He's seen the article. Riding for 30 years, and he said I did 2 courses, 2 days, and it's completely transformed my riding. And if you've got somebody with 30 years experience who's done all the IAM and all that kind of stuff, and he says it makes that much of a difference, well, got to be worth trying it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just quickly going to nip over to, or speak to Andy, but anyway, we're going to chat about the Harley and stuff, but just nip over to the Q&A. Bex, I'm going to start from the bottom, because I forget myself sometimes, please. Bex88, hello, Richard.
Hello. I thought it said hello. I thought it was some obscure reference to 1980s music.
Oh, you start singing Mr. Blue Sky or something, didn't you? Right, so look here. Struggling with the internet. This is my old mate Skeggy. Hello, Skeggy boy. Struggling with his stupid internet connection at the moment. Wegs, hopefully join soon. Got terrible toothache. Anybody want it? No thanks, mate.
No, thank you. Keep that one, Skeggy boy.
All yours.
Most certainly is, bud. Most certainly is.
I've got enough pain, thanks.
Old boy Tosh, even Tosh, mate. Tosh 23. Just going back to the illness thing. Man flu that turns into girl flu. That must be contagious. It is, mate.
Why are you on here, Tosh?
Yeah, exactly. I did send him a link, and he connected up. But there you go.
Probably sitting in his dressing gown or something like that, and he or his.
It's never stopped him, has it?
No, he's probably sitting in his speedos or something like that, isn't he?
Yeah, something like that. He's got his dressing gown sort of half off his shoulder with his wife's 90 on with the bottom half. You know?
I reckon he's fully dressed and he just needs 10 minutes to go and get his dressing gown.
and of course, his lovely boyfriend Kev's on now, so that should help.
He most certainly is. I'd just like to quickly say hello, Kev, mate. It's good to see you, bud.
You're all right, guys.
Kev, boy.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'll just quickly go over it. Quickly from old mate Hepcat, I'm doing I-21 MCA in May, probably MC1 and MC3. You probably know more about that, Rich.
That is, it's I to I. It's letter I to I Motorcycle Academy.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
And MC1 and MC3. I'm doing MC1 and seeing what it's like, and then I'm hoping I'll book in the MC3 after it's Motorcycle Control 1 and 3.
Yeah.
There are 2 and 4 as well, but for some reason you can't book them. I don't know why.
Yeah, all right, mate. Just going back to Richard, old mate Tosh, who's been doing a lot of video work with Rich on the TDM, I believe.
Excellent.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, wheelie school for Richard, Tosh says, and also Andy's right.
I'm doing knee down school. If MC1 and 3 go well, it'd be knee down school next.
Yeah.
So I take it at 2 and 4. Do you need 1 and 3 as prerequisites? Do you?
Well, I don't know. I thought it was 1, 2, 3, 4, but I think 2 and 4 are on their bikes. So maybe somebody's trashed their bikes. I don't know.
Maybe they're doing it like the same as a firing order on a bike. You know, it goes 1, 3, 2, 4.
Maybe so.
Well, just maybe you can do 2, but you need to have done 1 first, and you can do 4, but you need to have done 3 first.
I know they do an off-road one, but if that's a prerequisite for 2, I'm not doing it.
No. I mean, just quickly. I mean, obviously we know about what Richard's been doing, and I just saw Kev spoke about possibly doing 1 or 2 things. Dave and Andy and Kat. Question: I mean, I've never done any other course. I've just ridden motorcycles and maintained them myself, do as much of the mechanical side as I possibly can, the service work and this, that, and the other. Never ever done any course. I did say to Jeff, that's when I was speaking to him last time, that I was thinking about doing possibly an advanced course of some sort, because you never stop learning. Let's be honest with you. I thought that might be worth a look. Can I just ask you three? And hello, Tosh, mate. Good to see you. Can I just ask you three, have you done any extra courses yourself? I mean, I know Kat's done some track racing, so on and so forth. Love struck character. But just go back. Well, if I can start with Dave.
I tend to learn vicariously. I've learnt a lot by watching Calm's IAM when he was going through that and talking about his lines and stuff like that. And I learnt a lot from that. I learn more from watching other people than I do by going a course and having to sit down and study and stuff like that. And there's no there's no easy way of learning anything. It's always best to go on the course, but most of these courses cost a little bit more than I have available at the time of when I want to do it. So although I'd love to, at the moment, it's well, not just at the moment, but I would love to go on courses. It's just that usually I can't afford it.
No, okay, that's fine, mate. Andy,
what courses?
Yeah, any advanced,
No, mate, no. I'll be truthful. I've never been interested. As the years have gone past, I've been interested. But I do go to the Advanced Riders weekly or monthly hangout sometimes in Ipswich with my mate, and I see Grey Viper there. Yeah. But I'm not. I shouldn't say this, but I'm not that interested in it. No. But I will say though, my mate who passed all the IMs and whatever, I did learn a little bit off him. There's no doubt about it. I went out for a ride with him, and he was in front of me, and I was watching the lines he was doing, and I thought, he's slightly different lines that I usually do, and I'm finding myself
absolutely
lines more. But I have been assessed by them. They did say that I was absolutely fine on a motorbike. A bloke followed me for about 5 miles at 60 mile an hour or something, and he said, you're fine. But no, I haven't, and it's not that I don't think they're any good or anything like that, because I think they're marvellous. But I think I shouldn't say that, but I just don't. I'm not interested, No. But if I was following Richard around and Richard was doing some lines and whatever, and I looked at him and I thought, they're better than the lines I'm doing, I'd have a go at it, and if I was comfortable with it, I'd keep to it. Yeah. And I have done that from following my friends, because I used to always cut corners and fucking, and as quick as I could, and I watched him sort of go out wider than I would go and stuff like that, and yeah, that does work. There's no doubt about it. It does work. Yeah.
I feel I'm just sort of saying, really. I think, you don't take anything for granted. You don't ever think you're the best at riding. And on any particular bike or any particular road. You've been riding a good few years. You get to know what your own limits are. You get to know you don't get to know the limits of your bike, because I don't think I'm that good, to be honest with you, to know the limits of a ZX12R, and I don't ever sort of push it that hard. But
no, you never want to.
No, I've never got it, mate, and I never will probably have the chance unless I take it on a track and throw it off, God knows how many miles an hour down some pit. But from the perspective of, I've always been interested in the learning side, especially as you say, watching Richard's videos and watching some of the lines. And this is another thing with following Jeff, where we did a couple of runs. We did Skeggy's Hunt Stanton day, and also doing a Bentley bike night. Jeff's lines were similar, and then also suddenly be taking a completely different line to what I'd be thinking, and to the point where I've watched Richard's videos, and you go right across the road. You obviously expand your viewing area to the extent that you're on the other side of the road, nearly, you know.
Yeah.
You know, so you do pick up a lot of the ideas that they've learned, you know, and if you can use that and utilise that from that experience, and just try it on a safe stretch of road, you know, if you're not too comfortable with it, that's good, you know. They do give you a different perspective.
There's a I don't know if you know Artifacts Astra, who's a vlogger. I don't know how long he's been on the go, but he turned up to one of my rideouts. He's got quite a few videos, and he's quite entertaining. And he put up some videos from my test route ride.
Yeah.
And in the first one, I think there's a coming out of the cafe. There's a long downhill then up, and it's like a right left, but it's completely up and completely visible. So I just straight lined it because tyres aren't warm. No point in kind of throwing the thing about. Just straight line it, quick as you can. Just having fun kind of thing. And in his video, it's like, oh, racing line. Yeah. And then later on, there's a bend that, again, it's not a tight one, so you can gain a view by extending it and going right over to the right-hand side of the road. What a lot of people would say is the wrong side of the road, but I say, well, we pay for it all, so we might as well use it all.
Yeah.
So went over to the right-hand side of the road and then swept in to just kind of lessen the bend. Because, again, you could see it. And he's there going, why is he going on the wrong side of the road? And then in another video, because I think he did 2 or 3, in fact, I think it was 3 from that ride, there's a bit later on where there's a whole heap of people, not me, taking the right-hand side of the road and sweeping through a bend. And he's there going, what are they all doing? They know something, but I don't know what they're doing. And it is funny to watch that kind of thing, because there's some things that you do, and I do worry about talking about certain things. Like I talked about the straight line in roundabouts, so I think that's quite repetitive, but I do worry about certain things of straight lining, definitely extending left-hand bends by going to the right-hand side, that there are some cases where you do not want to be even at the right-hand side of your lane, never mind at the right-hand side of the road.
No, exactly, yeah.
Right-handers are easy. Right-handers, unless there's a cut-in on the side, basically a standard right-hander, you're at the left-hand side no matter what, aren't you?
Yeah.
But it's that thing with a left-hander, you might use the other side of the road, or you might be right in tight to the left because there's no visibility. And it's that lorry coming the other way that has to cut the corner that, you know, you can wipe you out before you've realised it's there. So I'm a bit wary about talking about some of them, but maybe I need to watch it for the ride-outs and not take them lines so much.
No, but then, you know, it's down to everybody, you know, as to how they would like to persevere. If you see something that you think, you know, it can possibly benefit the way that you ride, if you see that on YouTube or whatever, or if you do go to one of these courses, and, you know, if you decide to utilise it and find it a more comfortable and a beneficial route to take, then by all means, you know, go and try it. You know, without being silly and go to the extreme. And as Richard's just been saying, don't take yourself right over the other side of the road just for the hell of it, just because you've seen somebody else do it, because that might not be the right time to do it, you know.
Well, we're doing we talk about it on the observer stuff, but they're now saying that as an observer, you should be telling people not to extend bends, no matter what, even if it's safer, not to do it, just in case they're not getting the right message and they start extending everything.
Yeah,
so it's an interesting one.
Yeah, certainly is, Rich. I just want to quickly fly over to the Q&A quickly. Before we move on to Kat, I'll just ask Kat about the same question. By the way, I meant to say, hey up, me duck, how you diddling? Skeggy?
How you diddling?
How you diddling, dude? Get yourself on here, Skeggy, if you can get your internet up to speed, buddy. Larry,
what is the correct answer to how you diddling?
I don't know. How you diddling?
It's like a Lincolnshire thing, is it? I don't know.
I suppose if you're
Nothing.
If you're posh, how are you? How are you?
How do you do?
Yeah, or how do you do?
I want Skeggy to start a video with that. Good day, my ducks. How do you do?
In Suffolk. How do you say it in Suffolk and Andy, mate?
What's that?
How are you diddling?
Bar.
Well, you know, there's one or two things. Now, this is a cracker, because Andy's... Hey, you got a light, boy? Right?
Oh, hey, you got a light. Yeah, Molly Wimley, she smoked light chimney.
Right, mate.
My little nicotine gal.
Yeah, that certainly is, mate. And I suppose in some, most of the things say, we don't get many people say, "How do you do?" or "How are you?"
How do you do? No.
Jesus Christ, how the fuck are you, mate?
Yeah. How you diddling? Hey, I've heard how you diddling is quite even down here.
See, up here it's aye.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
I always thought up here it was, now then.
No, that's Jimmy Savile, wasn't it?
Now then. It's
gone back to
more West
Savile.
Yorkshire, I think.
Yeah.
More West Yorkshire, I think. I don't know.
Right.
I distance myself from the Savile.
Yeah, most definitely, mate.
I don't have to distance myself now because I'm older.
Right, just getting back to board Larry Davis. I ain't done no advanced training. I've learned a bit off Calm and Hepcat. That's fine, but as we were saying earlier, you're never too young or too old to learn. As if you still perceive that might be the way to go, and get a little bit of extra experience or a different perspective under your belt, and fill your boots. That's another sign down here. Fill your boots. I don't know if the rest of the country use that particular sign. But
Fill your boots, boy.
fill your boots, mate.
You're too arrogant to understand that you don't know everything, and
Yeah.
that's when problems can occur.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. That's especially true with the youngsters. Well, I say that's especially true with anybody, really. To be honest with you, you can never be too big for your boots, mate, can it?
Not all youngsters. We got two lads that live by me that have just got bikes, and I've been talking to them about not rushing to get bigger bikes, to learn a bit on the smaller bikes, get used to it, how the road is and everything. So because I said there's nothing better than experience of time on the bike
That's
for
it.
you to learn.
That's like my,
Once it starts to get second nature to you, then you can go up to the bigger bikes because it's already second nature to you.
yeah, that's like my son said to me the other day. It's only the weekend when he's now doing his car lessons again, and he's got his he got his CVT twice, and got the scooter one originally, and then a geared one which we put him through. And he's got the CBF 125, and he said to me, Dad, he said, so I'd run me XJ 600 down to Felixstowe to see them, and he said to me, Dad, I could ride that. He said, I'd hop on that, and I said, I'm not being funny, boy. I said, it's only a 600 to me, and I said to me, I class it as a smallish bike. I said, but there's quite a lot of difference between your bike and that bike. Quite physically, there's a lot of weight difference, and okay, it's an XJ 600 from 1990, but there's still a big difference between that and yours, so no. That's simple, really. You just quickly back to Skeggy. Andy's the same as me, too fucking long in the tooth for riding school thingies. Although I do believe you're never too old to learn. Well,
that's true.
That's absolutely true, mate. Yeah, it's a great answer. You never, as I say, you're never too old, too young, or anything else to learn.
I constantly watch if there's anything on tally about bikes or how they ride, or like if he hasn't put them up for a while, but people like what's his name, Nottingham Craft Ride.
Yeah.
I've watched all his stuff, and there's been one or two little bits and pieces I've pulled off there. I thought, oh, didn't think about that. And you're never too old, and you've got to learn all the time till the day you finish it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I know, Andy, you're saying you're never too old, but you really are old.
Well, I am, yes. Yeah, I'm the oldest one on this bloody hangout, I know that.
Sorry, I couldn't resist it.
That's okay.
Cheers.
Well, I have to say, the relative age, I think the average age...
Well, I'll tell you what, Tosh, you won't ever fucking fight with me, though.
I'll tell you, mate, yeah.
I'd fuck you over pretty quickly.
You can't run that fast.
Well, I can. Bloody joking, man.
You have to catch me first.
Yeah, I know. You've got a little whip, I reckon, up a drain pipe.
Sorry, lads. I've just got to nip back to the Q&A. Fucking me, man. Right, Mr. Mad Max fucking Chaz. Hello, man. How are you?
Oh.
And he's come back with the old classic boobs, mate, boobs. Hey, Max.
Where is he?
Get yourself on here, dude, man. You sit there. Come on, get yourself on here, man. Seriously, it's good to see you.
Yeah.
I've got to nip round and see him. I've got to nip round and see him anyway. He's going to do the work on my contour. So happy days. Go back, Skeggy. Google it, Richard. You'll be quite surprised.
I just googled it, and there are more definitions than I think Skeggy knows. Either that, or he's asking some very personal questions.
Fine. Just as I say, that's fine. My old mate Greg Grigorski, Triumph Rider from the Idiot Collective. Hello, Greg. Good to see you, bud.
Evening.
He's joined us before as well. Good lad. And Kev, I'm not even going to read this out, mate. You seen that last one, didn't you? Kev.
I think he's been to the tanning shop, hasn't he? He ain't been to the
Love you too, Tosh.
Oh.
We're working on the bike tomorrow night, and he's going to be completely uncontrollable now.
Oh, excellent. Anyway, good. Hey, Richard, where's your pipe, mate?
It broke.
It's the first time I've vaped, man, in about since the hangout back in 2015, I think. Eddie?
Yeah, no, it broke, and the other one broke, and that big silver thing broke, and I threw it all away in disgust.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got no vaping equipment at all, do you, or what?
No, I got rid of it all.
That's it. No more vaping.
Yep.
Can't blame you.
I'll teach you to weld. You can get loads of fumes from that.
Well, Tosh said he was going to show me how to weld.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're welding yet. I would probably weld the wheel onto the axle or something. I don't know.
No. Anyway.
I've got to learn how to weld first.
It's only like soldering it, but bigger. What?
Yeah.
Look, I've got a job then. I can come down and teach the both of you how to weld.
Woo! Anyways, can I just go back to the question, pose the same question to Catherine, which was, have you ever done any sort of advanced riding, whether it be on the road or race track or whatever? Because we know you got some track experience on you, haven't you?
Yeah, no, I've read everything I can. Back in the 80s when I passed my test, I used to go to the library every week and get books on advanced riding and all this sort of stuff, and then try and put it into practice. But I've never done any advanced course. I've wanted to do one of the sort of Ron Haslam ones at Donington, but I will do it, but I haven't got around to it yet. And I quite fancy to learn how to wheelie because I can't. I've done them accidentally, but not on purpose.
Yeah.
But no, I think courses are good because it gives you more control. I think I ride now better than I ever have done. The only thing is, I now ride faster than I ever have done, so that cancels it out.
Yeah.
So that's the only negative. When you get more confident, you ride quicker. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's also from our perspective, who the ones who haven't done any advanced riding, it's just putting as much into as much faith into your setup of your particular motorcycle as well, whether it be the suspension, the tyres, and once you feel fully comfortable with your own particular bike, then I think that allows you to throw yourself more and more into it, and I think the confidence does grow from the wheel up. To be honest with you, I find anyway. I think if you hop on it, you can buy a motorcycle, you can buy any motorcycle, and you might hop on it and think, you've been told it handles like this and it handles like that. You get on it and it's just not for you for some particular reason. It's the setup, the tyres, whatever, and sometimes it takes a good bit of time and also a good bit of money sometimes to fettle it and get it right just for you. And you might not ever get it feeling the way that some other people think it's the best bike in the world. It's the best bike I've ever ridden. But that's all a learning curve, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I know there's much better riders out there than me, but I do think I'm a pretty safe rider, so that's to me more important than being a fast rider.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, absolutely. I think and also, especially when you're on ride outs and stuff, it's looking out for other people as much, well, more so than for yourself really a lot of the time. You keep yourself safe, you keep them safe. That's
you've got to look after everybody else. If you're riding with other people, you can't ride like a bloody knob yourself because you're putting them in danger. It's up to you what you do to yourself. You've got to ride sensible and think of their bloody safety. It's like if you go out in your car and put your missus beside you and drive like a knob and something happened to her, that'd be your fault, wouldn't it?
That's like that's absolutely that. I mean, it's like when you have these meetups, and let's be honest, there's a good few coming up, and obviously you got Cats and Richards, and no doubt we've spoken to Andy about to get up to see Skeggy. Hello, Skeggy boy, good to see you, mate. The various meets that we've got coming up in the year, and it's about respect. It's about respect for the crew that you're riding with, and I believe that not would there be anybody in this particular panel or anybody that we know who, if they were on a planned ride out, if they had anybody acting like a complete and utter twat, they would be kicked out of that particular ride and meet within minutes. If they were found to be acting stupid, putting other people's lives at risk, or just putting the whole thing out of sync.
That's the way I ride.
I have video evidence, Josh.
I think most of us do.
Yeah, I tell you what, I went out tonight to Wally Cross. First time since I've had my bike accident. Fuck me, I can't ride a stick up a dog's ass.
Are you also saying, Josh?
Stick up a dog's ass.
Doesn't take him long to bring it down to his level.
I was coming up to roundabouts, I was 50p in them. I was shitting myself, my braking was wrong. It was terrible. I felt like putting L plates on the back of the bloody bike.
You still riding the Blackbird?
I was on the Valadero.
Yeah. Well, just quickly on it, we obviously speak to Tosh. You know about Tosh. You've heard about Tosh. But you reckon at the moment he can't ride a stick up a dog's ass. What do you think about that one? Sorry? You can't say that.
It puts how you're diddling into context.
Yeah, absolutely. But just quickly, what about yourself? What about yourself, Tosh? Have you done any advanced riding yourself, mate?
The only advanced riding I've done is with a mate going really fast, and he's a whole lot faster than me, and I copied him, and I nearly crashed, and that was it. I slowed down after that.
Yeah. So to be honest with you, they're like the majority of us on here who really you've just relied on your own experience over the years.
Well, you find your limit.
Who's watching that crap?
Sorry, Tracy. You find your limit, and you never go above it. That's it.
No, you should never get out of your comfort zone. If you're riding a bike out of your comfort zone, you're in bloody big trouble, mate.
Yeah, I think that's when you start putting. Well, I think there's a moments we've all done it. When you've gunned yourself to take a corner a little bit too quick, and you think, Jesus Christ! And if you start worrying halfway around that corner, thinking, well, I don't think I'm going to make it, you've got to stick with it, because that's where you listen to these YouTube videos where these lads, they're banked right over, and all of a sudden they're backed out of it, and they've gone straight 100 mile an hour through someone's garden and through walls and trees and stuff. You know what I mean? And that's when you see these big accidents. But it's about knowing your ability and also being committed. And if you commit yourself to riding like that, you've got to stick with it. If you fall, you fall. But it's got to have the confidence, to do that. But let's be honest with you, on today's roads, you can't ride like that now, can you?
No.
Gosh.
Too many bloody cars.
No,
The bike, you'll always outride the bike. Yeah. The bike will do a lot better than you can round a corner.
Yeah.
Oh Christ, mate, yeah. Right. Sorry, I'm just going to nip quickly over the board. We got Cole the Dingbat. Cole, good to see you, buddy. It's been a while since we see you at the Cop Dog. What hope, peeps? Lurking at work. It's not that long since I passed my big boy test, and don't fancy any more training at the moment. Well, that's fair enough. I thought, Cole had been riding a little bit longer than that, but we were wrong. Backroad Moto, good to see you, buddy. Pleased to see you watching, mate. Where in the King's dick? Where in the King's dick is Mr. B? Well, honestly, mate, I believe he's been away for a while. He's been.
He put a vlog up last week. He's
concentrating on family issues and this and that, family, and then putting them first before YouTube and all the other stuff that he was delving into, and the Hangouts that he knocked on the head for a while. I think he's still floating about, mate, but when he decides to stick more input in, for whatever reason, he will do.
He put one up last week.
Yeah.
It's the first one I'd seen for a long while.
Yeah, it was. It was about 3 months, I believe, wasn't it? Right, just quick, I'll just say hello to my old mate Michael Wrench. He actually just purchased an Indian Scout, and we all know about the Indian Scout if you watched the Guy Martin live the other night. And, fantastic bike, which just happened to be fettled by the lads at Crazy Horse in Bury St Edmunds, which I'm hopefully going down Saturday for an hour to have a look at. That particular bike is back in their shop now in Bury, so if anybody wants to take themselves down to the Crazy Horse in Bury St Edmunds, the bike is sitting there in their shop. Anyway, good to see you, Mike. Weggy finally got in. Hello, all from the USA. I'm sneaking in from work. Laugh out loud. Good to see you, buddy. And he's
jealous at all.
no, mate, no. Yeah, he's good lad, Mike. He's recently purchased it. He's got Triumph, I guess, Speed. I can't remember what the bike is now. No, it's orange. But,
It's an orange Triumph, mate.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is. I can't remember exactly what the model is, but it's a nice bike anyway. Anyway, it's good to see.
Orange? Is it orange?
It's good to see Backroad Moto, mate. He's used to join us on the Hangouts, and hopefully one day you'll join us again, my man. Michael's just come back. Mickey Wrench, Scout 60 is purchased. Scout 60. Indian Scout 60, mate. That's the brand new model, I believe.
Are Indian back and up and running now?
Oh, absolutely, mate. Yeah.
Are they from? I know it sounds silly, but are they made in India now, or are they still in the USA?
Gosh.
Well, obviously, you know, base rider. He obviously rides as Indian. We did speak to him the other day. He's been fucking telling. Seriously, shoot that TV, man, will you?
She's watching pornos.
Get the missus a pair of headphones.
Stick us some cans on the pods. Right.
Actually, believe it or not, that was Coronation Street.
You're joking. Just to say hello, Tracy, anyway, right? Anyway, Ginger, Michael Wrench's orange is the Speed 4 for any Triumph people. Lovely bike. Tosh 20 for a ride out to Willie School. That would make a great day. From young Tosh, yeah. Okay. Ginger Speed 4. USA, he's put down Michael Wrench. It's a USA model. Yeah, USA. Yeah.
We're Indians, mate. USA, that's what he's saying.
Yeah. Big Kev, O2 Big Kev. Hello, mate. Good to see you, my man.
Hello,
good morning.
Kev, mate.
Morning,
G'day,
Kev.
mate.
G'day, mate. Yeah, g'day, mate. Good morning, chaps, from Big Kev there. Right. Quickly, Carl, I've been riding since the 70s, on and off, mostly on 125s. I just could not be asked with going for a bigger bike. It was only when I started joining forums and going out on rides with others I decided I need to go a bit quicker for longer journeys. So I've now got myself an X5. I'm not kidding. That's a 200cc bike. So he's really no, I don't actually know what bike he's got, to be honest with you. Cat, you rode with him to the cop dog, didn't you? Or
No.
Or who is it?
Carl breaks things. He's an heavy-handed little bugger and he breaks things.
Hey, you know, we spent the day with us at Cop Dog. What's his bike? I can't remember now.
I'm not sure if it's Chinese or whatever, but it's either Chinese or Taiwanese or something like that. But it's the bloody hell. I'll have a look. I'll get back to you.
Yeah, no, it's obviously Carl's a member of the collective as well. I'll have to find out from Carl to see what he rides. But
Is that an XO Young?
yeah, I followed a few mates and I back off when they decide to go nuts. My life too precious, Larry Davis. That's quite honestly the fact, mate, to be honest with you. Sometimes I've seen light bulbs and stuff and realised go bouncing in the hedges and hedgerows and stuff when they're turning a bit quick, and I thought, Jesus, man, that could have been me if I just all followed suit, you know. Carl, he's got a ching chong higher song. GV 650.
It's the Hoya song. GV 650.
Higher song?
It's a higher song. GV 650.
Yeah. Right, okay. I don't know much about that particular motorcycle. I mean, obviously we know the origin, and probably where it was built, and it's obviously an import. And
can you get them at the Chinese restaurant? Then?
I don't know.
Number 6050 or something.
I think on the back of the manual they come with a spec.
All right.
It's one of them. Yeah. One of them bikes you don't stand up on the pegs because they snap.
That's harsh. That's harsh, Kenny. Oh boy.
What sort of is that a twin? Is that a twin thingy? Because Hyosung used to make old boxer type things, didn't they?
Just bringing you up a picture.
Really? Right.
Yeah, it's a twin.
That's. Oh no, no, it's
like.
It look alright. It's just they made a monkey metal.
Yeah. They don't look too bad, but I mean,
Or is it chinky metal? I'm not sure.
I mean, Reliant 750 Super Robins used to look pretty good as well, didn't they?
Do you reckon that's recycled?
Whatever you are drinking, I don't want any of it.
Nice bike, Carl. Right. Swiftly moving on.
You really just say that about the Super Robin?
The Super. I used to have a Super Robin 750, yeah, mate. Yeah.
And you adored it.
That's a fantastic car.
My granddad used to have those 3-wheelers.
Yeah, I tell you, there's nothing wrong with them bloody things. I said to my wife we would get one, but I was promptly told to do something. And,
you needed to change the back wheel. You just lifted it up.
Yeah, just lift it up, mate, up to the wheel arch. And actually, when I actually blew it up, we were coming back with 4 of my mates in the back, and I blew the engine, right? And it was all uphill. And you'll know this one coming back from the Tuddenham factory. That's all uphill from there.
Oh God, yeah.
Right, so I had to push it through Henley and Westerfield, right? And I finally got it back on the estate, and that really pissed me off. So I went up to Thomas Alden, had a few beers, come back pissed, and me and a couple of mates put it on this roof. And I left it out in the road, parked on this roof, right? And you want to see the twitching with the curtains the next morning. And my old dear come running down. She said, you'll have to look at this, Martin. I said, what? She said, your fucking car's on its roof. Really? I actually give the car away, and the bloke got 25 quid for the tax. It's twat. Right? I thought, you twat, what did you give it away for? How did you get the tax back? Anyway, quickly back to Carl. Korean metal. Right, I don't know that particular band.
Right. Let's have a test.
Yeah, double bass and all that, the Indian Scout is made in the USA, Spirit Lake, Iowa. All USA made parts, though some foreign owned, through some possibly through some foreign owned companies, except the shit Kenda tires. Right.
Made in the USA.
Hi Tosh, you mechanics helper. Laugh out loud. That's from Big Kev. Yeah.
I can help people.
I didn't think he was a mechanics helper. He appears to be there just as like eye candy.
Yeah. The last one from Tosh. I don't know if. It's going back down to Kev route here. Hello, Kev, you big boy. Right.
Wrong Kev. I was doing O2 Big Kev.
Yeah.
I've got a fetish against Kevs.
Oh, you certainly, isn't he?
Can't beat the good Kev, Tosh.
Well, apparently you can, because if you'd have read the comments on Richard's video, off with the gay jokes.
Yeah.
And actually, depends on what you're beating, but Kev might enjoy a good beating.
Exactly.
Well, honestly, if you want to buy 10 butt plugs, see Richard.
Yeah. Anyway, Andy, I left a comment on your latest video, mate, and it was obviously mostly related to the sports stuff.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Right, mate, and you've decided to keep it.
No, I haven't. No, I said I'd.
Well, I gather you had.
No, I didn't actually say that, did I? I said I don't know if I put one up yet or not, but I said I was going to give it 2 months to see if it don't let me down, which I don't think it will. That's it's sorted. So yeah, but there's a couple of questions I want to ask, a couple of Harley boys about it, and if I can get which really is bugging me with it, I might keep it. I don't know yet, but I don't think. I thought I'd give it a couple of months to the summer.
Do you know what I personally think? It's my own personal thing. I mean, I saw, ridden with you when you've been on the Harley, and I personally think, and obviously you come down to the Cottage, I think it is, for a sports, it's a fantastic sounding, good condition Harley Davidson. To be honest with you, I know you grumbled about it, and there's certain, and you're making the comparisons. You can't make the comparisons with any other bike, as you said. I think it's a keeper, mate. Personally, I really do.
Yeah, now I've got the battery sorted, and I know I've got the battery sorted. I know it's actually not going to let me down anymore like it did. Last year I always had to have spanners in my backpack because I knew that battery. And the point is, what got me is I class myself as being quite good at sorting problems, and I knew what the problem was, and for some reason I never fixed it, and I could have fixed it very quickly. So that's what got me, that I never fixed it, and I knew I could. But now I have fixed it with a new battery and a tray, and it fits in properly, where before it just never fitted properly. And I'm using the same battery again. This time, exactly the same battery, but it's got a tray that actually makes it fits the battery tray of the bike better than the last one. It was always pulling on the one of the cables to it, and that was pulling on it, and that was ripping it out of the battery all the time, and that's all it was. It was nothing to do with the bike. It was just that the battery was not fitted right. I couldn't fit it right. I could have got over it. But I don't know why I didn't fucking see it.
I'll tell you what, anyway, we should get together to get sort of 3 or 4 of us, take a run up to the lads at Crazy Horse, just have a gander around around there. All right, mate. Just have a word with them. I mean, obviously, like any of the Harley dealers and the people who work on these particular bikes,
the only thing I find which I don't like about it is the back suspension is too damn bloody tight. You know what I mean? It's non-existent. If you're on a proper nice road, there's no different to any other bike. But once you hit the smaller roads that have got a bit of bump and whatever, it does. It's a bit too stiff. The suspension's too stiff. It nearly bloody kill you.
Is there no adjustment at all?
Well, it's got the 5 adjustments on the back, but which one is the best, I don't know.
Have you ever considered tying it up in a field and running away from it, Andy?
It would find me. Honestly, it would find me. If I left it in Cornwall, that would get itself home. Honestly, after a couple of months, it would turn up at the front door.
Had that been mine, it wouldn't have had a nice tray underneath that battery. It'd have had a chock of wood.
It's all that, and I'll tell you what, Skiggy, that's all that needed it. It just needed a chock of wood underneath that battery to bring it up and made it fit. And I knew that, and that's what got me, that I just didn't fit it, and I thought, but they just fitted anyway, so it's done.
Just quickly, I just want to say good evening to Artifacts Astra. Evening. Mate. Welcome, buddy.
Hello.
Good to have you aboard, mate.
That's the chap I was talking about earlier who was saying, why are they on the wrong side of the road?
Oh, right, yeah.
I remember watching that, and I thought, well, that's the way you always guess.
Yeah, absolutely. But just that'd be interesting, to see sort of obviously what you do decide to do. I mean, I think obviously you're going to keep the ZZR for a while, aren't you, Andy?
Well, I was going to get a VFR, wasn't I? And I can get a VFR if I want now. The money for it, but I got back on the ZZR, and it's a 2.0, it's 02 model, it's getting on a bit now, but there's nothing wrong with it, it's running lovely. I don't, it's just nothing wrong, and it goes like fucking crazy, and it's a crazy bike, and I'm thinking, why go out and spend on a second-hand bike 7 or 8 grand when I've got one that will only be 2 horsepower less than a VFR?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, in that case, you can always buy me a nice bike. I mean, I'm in the market.
I've got a CX500C in the garage, as you know. That's a nice bike.
They're collectors.
Yeah, it's a very nice bike, and it's perfect as well. It's in perfect condition.
Yeah, we spoke about that before as well, haven't we? So, I know Cactus was after that monkey, wasn't
he? He was, yes, he was after it, yeah. Yeah, I think when he first heard about it, I think he didn't think that was a mucher.
No.
But I think once he see it, when I done that little vlog about it and Stuart, I think he was then his little old ears clicked up then, and he thought, that's not a bad looking bike for a 35-year-old bike, whatever it is, 35 years old. Yeah.
Koreans used to use them in London.
Yeah. Well, it's the C model though. It's not the basic model. It's the more like a
Custom,
custom. Yeah. It's a 500C. Yeah.
But the engine is so bulletproof. It's bloody crazy.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's, I suppose because of the London Courier Superstar bike, really. However many bikes have come and gone, they were the style of the old maggots, weren't they? You know, and they are. I mean, under stressed, so under stressed engine-wise, and it's just they just carry on going. It just burn along.
They did bring two other models out, didn't they? They bought the 658, didn't they?
Yeah,
and they bought the turbo one. They reckoned at the time that was beating the sort of sport bikes of the day.
Well, it was.
Yeah, it was quicker than them.
Yeah. 500 was the shaft drive, though, wasn't it?
They all were. Yeah.
They all were. They all were. I know it's always seems to be the 500 that's sort of turned into a trike.
Yeah.
But I weren't sure if there was all.
Yeah, they never. Yeah, they're all shaft drive. I think. There's a shame really in the fact that the CX500. I mean, the first obviously the original maggots came out, and then they brought out the Eurosport, didn't they? And that was a nice looking bike actually, and they were very very popular. I remember my next door neighbour bought one as a sort of pearlescent white one. That was a cracking looking bike. Never that fast. I mean, they used to hit between 90 and 95, I think. And never used to really hit a ton, to be honest with you, even then. But
they would. The 500 would hit a ton. There's no doubt about it. It would do 100.
Do 100 mile an hour.
It would do 100.
He said, to be honest with you, he said it's a lovely bike, and it doesn't want any maintenance whatsoever. It's still a typical Honda. You just keep it clean and just do basic maintenance, and it'll run forever. And he had it for a couple of years, and then he went up to a GBZ 750, and he actually said to me, he said, you know what? He said, I actually prefer the CX500 to the 750, the Kawasaki, and just for, he said the ride experience, he preferred that to the bigger Kawasaki,
The one thing about the CX500 I've got, and probably the only reason I don't actually ride it is because I'm too big for it.
Yeah.
When I sit on it, I feel like a fucking elephant on a pimple.
Yeah.
And and it's just too small for me. I read it. This one that I've got in the garage when I first got it years ago. I read it for a couple of days, and it just didn't cut the mustard for me.
No.
I only bought it because I was inkling back because I had one 30 odd years ago. And I inkled back for it and thought, I have one of them, got it, and then I was like, no, this ain't any good for me. That's been sitting in my garage ever since.
Some things are better off left in the past.
Yeah, so I think I should have left that bike in the past, I tell you.
But at the end of the day, you still get good money for it, because at the end of the day, like Skeggy's saying, it's people that either do it back up again, take it back to its original state, or what do? They trike them.
Or they bob them, or
whatever. Yeah.
Rich, can you stick a picture up of a CX500, please, mate?
Mine is the C, it's a custom.
What you could do, Andy, you could always trade it in for the Moto Guzzi V7 Racer.
That's nice.
Same engine, it keeps your kneecaps warm.
All right.
Yeah.
Quick question. I know it's probably a daft question. Do they call it's the V-twin? Do they call it like they would a car engine? Do they call it a transverse?
Well, it's just a typical. I suppose in a way it is a transverse, isn't it? Because it's a V-twin, and it is a transverse. It's not, say, an inline V-twin, is it?
Cheers, Rich.
I just weren't sure whether they'd do it. Whether they call it a transverse or whether the V-twin's just called the inline. No,
I suppose. I mean, like the inline 4 is if you put it from the original. I suppose if you class it in a car version of, say, a Ford Cortina, which used to have the inline, obviously used to drive the rear axle, and then obviously you had the front wheel drive cars like the Cavalier with the transverse engine, a motorcycle engine as such. An inline 4 is transverse in the frame, isn't it? Yeah. But then obviously the drive is completely different to a transverse engine in a car, isn't it? You know, because obviously the transverse would drive the front wheels.
Andy, is your like?
You what, mate?
Is that shaft drive?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, every single CX model was shaft drive.
Yeah.
That looks like it's got a bloody chain on it.
I wasn't sure if everyone was a shaft drive.
Yeah.
I knew the 500 was.
Yeah.
My brother had a trike made out of it, so.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that looks like it's got a chain on it.
No, that's the rod to the back. If you look at the back there, that's the back brake for the drum.
That's in reverse.
Yeah.
Can you expand that, Rich, at all? I don't know. We do the screen share, but can you make it full screen or?
It's quite a low res image, that one. I'll try and find you a better one.
Yeah.
I think you'll find that the brake's on the wrong side. What's happened is the negative's being
The
put.
negative, yeah, that's it. You've obviously got the brake, so you're now looking at the right-hand side of the bike in reverse, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just fucked, isn't it? Jesus. Right hand side in reverse.
There's too much thinking power for Tosh now.
Oh yeah.
Well, Larry's just come back. He said, it's definitely, as we know, it was shaft drive Tosh. He pointed that one up specifically at Tosh, that one.
Thanks.
Larry, CX500 I used to ride in London, Mad Courier Rider. Yeah, right.
They all had them, didn't they? They all had them.
I was a courier rider in London until I went through a Mark III Escort. Back window, through the car, front window.
So that's why your brain is the way it is.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a nice one, Dave. Spot on, dude. Yeah.
Hold on, did somebody just auto-tune Dave?
That was Tosh like shafts.
And who says I bring the phone down?
What's that pink thing on the end of your fucking stick?
This thing.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Oh, yeah. Fucking,
When somebody says, "What's the pink thing on the end of your stick?" I'm thinking, "What the fuck?"
Jesus. Anyway,
Yeah. It's called a rubber.
Oh, Tosh always raises a tone, doesn't he?
No. What it is it's metal at the end of this, and I don't like sucking on metal, so I put a rubber on it, so now I can suck on rubber.
Yeah, you do.
Get a glass one.
Yeah.
Just get a glass one.
I've got a plastic one in there, but it's easier with this one.
Glass one, look.
Well, I'll tell you, I ain't vape for ages. This is the one. This is the one Andy recommended I purchase. This is sort of Suffolk Andy special. And it works a treat.
What's the tank? What's the tank on it?
I got a clue, mate. I don't know. It's come in a kit.
Kanga.
Is it?
The Kanga. Kanga Tech.
What surprised me is that they're much heavier than they look. Because my mate's got one, and obviously I don't smoke, so I've never used one. Yeah, but I know there's batteries in them, but you sometimes think that like the lithium polymer little things or something like that.
I'll put it away.
You really don't realise until you actually pick one up. It's quite heavy.
Yeah. You can't have them dangling in your chops like a roll-up. That's the only problem. They just drop.
Yeah.
You can't.
Well done, Rich.
But there you go. Anyway, Rich has given up.
That's not bad resolution.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Oh, he's saying that. Just expand that one there, Rich.
That's nice, that. That would be the brake, sir.
Yeah, it's the back brake. On the other
Back
side.
drum brake.
The drum brake, yeah. 3 years ago.
Anyway, I'll just go back
Cheers,
to
mate.
my old mate. Cheers, Rich. Appreciate that, buddy. Just going back to my old mate Mickey Wrench here. He's got a question for anybody. What does everyone think of the new Bonnies and the price of the new Thruxton? I almost shat myself at the retail price. Triumph just released it for the Thruxton. Are the improvements really worth the massive increase in the price? Getting close to the Norton, which obviously with Norton is this quite an extensive price anyway, the Norton, isn't it?
I don't look at any new bikes without wearing a nappy nowadays.
Because I can't afford one anyway, I've no idea what the new price is.
No. I mean,
Can you count to 10?
No.
I mean, to be quite honest with you, I'm not really, I'm not had the experience of triumphs for many years, and don't get me wrong, I love the driver and the Mick. You know, Michael knows the Cactus, Johnny Cactus, and so on and so forth. With their triumphs, I mean, obviously Jenny with her the Triumph America, and Ian with his Bonnie. I prefer them the Bonnevilles and that era more so now than the ones that are now being released. I mean, I know they're releasing the 1200 version with the new regs, the new European regs. They've actually reduced the horsepower on the is it the 900, I believe. It's not called a Bonneville now. Is it the Street Twin or something like that?
Street Twin, yeah.
Street Twin. But what I see is a fairly basic-looking machine, to be quite honest with you. It doesn't entertain me at all. And I think the Cactus just doing a test ride, possibly on the new 1200, if I'm right in saying, which is going to be producing quite a lot more torque, which sounds fairly interesting. But to be quite honest with you, if I hold my hands up, I'm not a big Triumph fanatic, to be honest. I don't know about you chaps, but
I've never owned a Triumph. Of all the bikes I've had, I've never actually ever owned a Triumph. You know.
I've had a 900 Sprint, and the only trouble I had with that was the stretch to the handlebars. Apart from that, it was a beautiful bike. I did 500 plus miles in a day on that, and didn't feel a thing. Beautiful bike it was.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it makes some fantastic bikes, you know, and let's be honest with you, I mean, the 675. As you know, with the reviews and the handling and the output, and let's be honest, the triples sound fantastic. Biz has got a fantastic. I think it's the 675 R, I believe, a street triple. Biz, I think. You know, I know one or two lads have got the what is it, the Daytona 675 as well. Lovely bikes, and they're well reviewed for the handling and everything. It's just, I don't know, I've just never, even when I went up to Lings, and Andy knows Lings just up the road, you know, it's nothing that really stands out to me. I don't know why, you know. Whereas if I go to somewhere like, you know, Orwell Motorcycles, or, you know, Kawasaki in Colchester or something like that, there's plenty of bikes that just do stand out. You know, it's, I don't know, I'm a bit of a jet fiend, obviously, but it's I don't know. I think even I'd rather go to a Ducati shop, to be honest. You know.
The trouble is though, like with the prices of the trucks and stuff like that, it's not going to be a bike that is going to sell billions and billions, is it? Like some Japs do. So I should imagine the production run is smaller, and then because it costs more to produce, I should imagine, and they also because of the name and everything else, they're looking at that sort of market. But if you look at any new bike, you know, a VFR 1200, I looked at that at Lings the other day, 13,500 quid.
Yeah, I know.
It's just ridiculous, you know. I paid 13,500 quid for a bloody motorbike.
Sorry.
For that?
It's crazy money, mate. It's crazy money. I mean,
crazy money. Yeah.
I mean, you know, we'll all take ourselves to motorcycle shops and have a look around.
Dream.
You know, and dream, and you, sometimes you might have a big idea, and all of a sudden you sort of think, oh no, let's get back to reality. You forget it, mate. You know, it's always nice to have a look, but I suppose because in a lot of respects, a lot of us are happy with the particular motorcycles we've got, and I don't know anyone on this particular, you know, panel who probably isn't happy with their bike that they're riding at the moment. You don't really sort of venture too far into it. It's all right going down to your Lings and your Orwells and say, I can have a test ride on this, can have a test ride on that, but in a lot of respects, it's hardly worth the bother if you're never going to think about buying one, or even contemplate buying another bike. It's, you know, I don't know what it is, but don't get me wrong. I think Triumph have done a brilliant job over the years. Come back like they did from the original Meriden days, you know, with the old Bonnevilles and so on and so forth, to the comeback that they had in the early 90s, and to be where they are now is fantastic. They're competing with the Japs who, you know, obviously been the major force for all these years.
Yeah, I don't know about everybody else on this panel, but I can honestly say the most I've ever paid for a bike in my life was £5,000.
Yeah.
That's the most I've ever paid for a bike. You know.
Oh.
1,300 was the most I paid.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you now, the £4,000 that I paid for the ZX12R is the most I've ever paid for a bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one there, Waggy. You'd like that one.
Oh, of course, the old Norton rotary. Yeah.
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 But I think going back to the original question, what he's asking is the difference in price between the Thruxton and the new Norton. There's only about £2,000, isn't it?
Really?
I would save up and have the Norton if you've got a choice, because I think it's a much better bike. Yeah.
Which is funny thing is, I've just seen on what's his name, Henry
Cole.
Yeah, he's just taken delivery of the new Norton, isn't he? Well, I did see that, but Henry Cole, yeah, he's got the latest Norton offering. Well, doing it, I don't know if he's talking out to Salt Lake City or wherever he goes, but yeah, lovely bike. You know, as you say, the Thruxtons, I like the Thruxton. I love the style of the Thruxton. I haven't seen the latest model of the Thruxton at all, but yeah, but the one thing you can say about Triumph is they certainly command from the shop a high price. I personally think. I think.
Yeah.
Just going back to the board quickly, Biz. As we were saying, I love my Triumph. It's a 675R baby. Yeah. He did. I think he's been messed about a little bit, young Biz, because he had a problem with the. I think he had a problem with the bike stopping, and he did release a video a couple of weeks back. He had it checked all over with the ECU and everything. I didn't find a bloody thing. You know, he'd been suffering a little bit, and I think he might have gone down a route of spending 70, 80 quid on a battery, and he might not necessarily have had to, but you know. But there you go. Michael Redge again, Miggy boy. I considered the Speedmaster, but they are very hard to find new over here in the USA as the production is winding down. Same retail as the Scout 60, right? So that makes sense. Larry Davis, me got Honda. NC750S is a pile of crap. It's a loan bike and I hate riding it. He did say that, as a matter of fact. NC750, what's that then? I don't even know what that is.
Is that the one that also comes with the automatic version, with, you know, the clutchless one?
Oh, is it? Ah, not the what they call that.
The VFR has got a automatic version as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
The VFR has got an automatic version.
I'll just ask Larry. It's not the Voldus? Voldus, is it? Is it like a Batman style?
No, it's not. I don't think it's that, surely.
No, it's not, is it? It's the you know the one.
Is it the one that looks like the Multistrada? Is it the one that looks like the Multistrada? Is it that one with like a beak on it?
Surely they can't be.
The NC750.
No, I'm not sure. It says here that he did say that. I've even used to have and I do remember these are bloody horrible bikes. I thought the VT500, bloody horrible things.
I love the VF 400. I love
VF 400F. That's lovely style bike, the VF 400.
Yeah, lovely. I love that.
But the VT5, terrible. It's no auto, no mate. Larry.
No, it's just one that looks like the Multistrada.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
David's putting it up now.
All right, I see it. Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to say, right, we've got a few minutes left. Meets, I want to ask, meets coming up over the next week or two. Anybody, you just got to go through the people in the panel. Anything coming up in the next week or two that's prominent that you might sort of let people know about?
We're trying to get a group together to go and see Skeggy in Skeggy.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that.
I'm going to knock on his door and ask for some dinner.
Well, we have all spoken about it, haven't we, Eddie?
Yeah, if you can get a date up, we certainly come up to Skeggy. It ain't far for us. It's only an hour and a half ride, so it's not far for us.
I know now that I can handle it because I was on the bike for 8 hours last Sunday, so I know I can handle it up to Skegness and back.
Well, I definitely think it's definitely a thing. If say the likes of Dave and anybody else who are sort of willing to do that, I think that's possibly if you're going to do that sort of midsummer time, that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? You know.
I thought that Matlock Bath turnout was something fantastic, wasn't it? I've never seen so many bloody bikes.
No, good. I see the videos.
Yeah, I've been watching the videos. A hell of a turnout.
Yeah.
I think mine would have melted in those queues because it's air cooled. I think it would just eased up.
Yeah. I think did they get the result thereafter? Get the result thereafter, didn't they?
Yeah, somebody said they did. Somebody said they reversed the decision to charge them.
Yeah, not charging. No.
Yeah. So that's all.
Yeah, it worked.
I have.
Yeah. Oh, Rich. Anything for yourself, mate? Up and around Kendal area? You got planned for the next week or two, mate? Or
Kendal area?
Not Kendal, sorry. Where are you?
That'd be a hell of a plan, wouldn't it?
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, mate. Where is it?
East Yorkshire, I am.
That's it, mate. Yeah.
Nothing in the next couple of weeks, no. My ride-out's in a few weeks' time.
Yeah.
But no, not over the next couple of weeks.
No
doubt I'll do something if I get this bloody bike back together.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going to make it to your ride-out this time, mate, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's a shame.
I know, it's because of the loss of the job, I've got to make sure I've got the funds to keep going. So, unfortunately, longer ride-outs are going to have to take a back seat, unless, of course, I get a job between now and then it won't be a problem.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Let's be honest with you, with a lot of the ride-outs, even if you're not necessarily travelling that far, you still got to put the petrol in the tank at the end of the day. So.
Wiggy, what was you on about Yarmouth or something?
Yeah, so what it is, this Sunday, and Skeggy knows about this, we've just seen it on the Facebook, there's been quite big actually. What they're doing is, they're planning, and that's become quite big news as a matter of fact, the whole of Yarmouth seafront is going to be full of motorcycles. Okay. It is the big Yarmouth takeover. And the event, some people have sort of moaned a little bit about the timing, but you're quite welcome to turn up any time of the day, but the main event is between 6 p.m. and 11:35. And the whole idea is there's going to be well over 1,000, up to 2,000, possibly more, motorcycles taking up the whole of Yarmouth seafront. And it's got the interest now of motorcycle dealers and all sorts of companies. And they said that if it's that productive and that good, this Sunday coming, then they're going to make it a regular event, and that's going to, it could possibly turn into quite a big thing over the next year, 2 years, 3 years, So the potential is good. So yeah, they're definitely keeping their eyes and ears peeled on that one.
Well, all those that are moaning about the timing, why don't you just let them come down 3 or 4 hours later and see if they can find a parking spot in the sea?
Well, yeah, or you take a fishing rod and just go night fishing.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. They can moan about the timing as much as they like, but you can't do anything about the tide.
Nah,
I think you're either going to park on the sand or you're going to park in the water.
No, I think what it is, Dave, is the fact that it's an event where obviously some people have sort of missed the point of it, to be honest with you. And obviously the clocks are going forward now. So it gives you a little bit more breathing space as far as daylight is concerned. But to be quite honest with you, I mean, as Skeggy knows, they have the bike nights at Skegness, or right side, and they get good turnouts. Now, whether you prefer day or night, at the end of the day, if there was an event like that, then if you're a biker and you're interested in sort of getting there and seeing people, whether it be day or night time, and having a chat, a laugh, a gas for 2-3 hours, mate, it's worth it. And if it does, the idea is if it does become as productive and as good this weekend, then what they're supposedly saying is they're going to make a bigger event of it the year after and the year after that. And we've all seen, if you do get the support, things can just get bigger and bigger, and it becomes a nice event, i.e. somewhere like the Cop Dog Bike Show. That's another point of view, You've
got to bear in mind there's 1,100 people said that they're going.
Yeah.
I mean, even if only half of them turn up, that's a good attendance.
Yes, it is, mate. And I think, looking at the feedback on there, it's the potential is looking like a fantastic night. It sort of stays relatively dry. It's a nice enough ride, and just for the experience of being there for a couple of 3 hours, fantastic, mate. It's something. you go for it or you don't. Simple, isn't it? You know. So that's another thing that's coming up. I think
that's a long way away from anywhere really, don't it? Great Yarmouth.
Well, not for us. I mean, it's
an hour for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nothing for us. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like any local event for anybody. I mean, you know, that's the same as Cat with the Melton Mowbray. I mean, it's a distance for yourself and myself and Andy and so on and so forth. But if they're worth going to and you want to go to them, mileage, what's mileage, mate? You put your fuel in your tank, you'll turn up and have a good time, won't you? You know.
Yep.
And
I'm just going to have a look. I'm going to see how far it is.
But you know, it's nice to have these events coming up there, and also just for especially Andy's perspective, the Bentley bike nights start officially next Wednesday. Andy,
I'll come out with you one Wednesday, Wiggy.
Yeah, well, Jeff, we did make a run with Jeff last year, and a few others, and it's just generally 200 or 300 bikes turned up on a big green with a pub, barbecue food, and this, that, and the other. They've got you know, stalls, and plenty of people turn up. The coverage is good. Sometimes you get the local press and media turn up. Yeah, it's just another gathering of 200, 300, 400 bikers with all customs. And they make a point of bringing their custom bikes down, chops, bobbers, standard bikes, street fighters, you name it, with no stupidity. It's just a massive, massive green where people park up and just get together and have a gas. A bit like a mini cop dock, if you like.
Yeah.
You know? So, and all that sort of thing's good. That's what it's all about. You know. Skeggy boy, anything happening around your particular area?
I was going to actually mention the same one. You know, I was going to mention the same Great Yarmouth do like, but you know, I mean, I know there's God knows how many different ones on within the next few weeks.
Yeah.
You know, don't forget 10th of April. It's not so far away, and we've got the Links and Knots Air Ambulance ride out.
Yeah.
Which is quite a big one.
I know there's one Weggy on Sunday as well, going from Orwells to Fitchenfield.
Is there?
Yeah. 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 There's another one going from Orwells from 11 o'clock in the morning, meeting up at Orwells, then going off to Fitchenfield.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cafe.
Yeah. Yeah. I hadn't heard that one. Actually, I normally see if you ever go down to Orwells, they normally advertise stuff like that on that the hamburger stall. They have all of the things laid out on the board, don't they?
I think that's the Essex and Suffolk not pedals but engines. Ones, yeah, off Facebook.
Yeah.
I went out with them a couple of years ago. They're not a bad bunch of lads, actually.
Yeah. And I'd say just one other thing is I noticed there's a mate Andy Perkins, he stuck up something. There's a charity run from the Cop Dock. It's to the Cop Dock Hotel. But there's a charity run coming up in April or something or other for some children's charity.
Yeah, that's the one that got rained off last year. I'd done
that's
it.
That's the one you told me about, wasn't it?
That absolutely poured down, and then they done it again later on in the year because there was only about 20 of us turned up, and there's usually about 200 or 300, and there was only about 20 people turned up, and that it's in the rain all day.
Yeah. Yeah, but so that's been advertised again. So then that's like as we do, anybody who's on you know, Facebook and that, we obviously sort of keep in touch and advertise what we can locally, so that everybody get a chance to see it. And
I'll definitely go on that one. Definitely go on that one.
Yeah,
it's well worth a little run out that one.
Absolutely, it's all it's all for a good cause as well.
But the point is though, Wiggy, the last couple of years I've been on it. It's pissed down the rain every bloody year. You know?
I've seen your videos, mate.
Yeah.
You know, which is shame, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anybody else got any news or anything sort of coming up in the next week or two? Just before we just go back to the Q&A. Nothing else planned? Just
nope.
No, okie dokie. Right, okay. I'll shoot back to the Q&A. Obviously, Skeggy's put up a link for the Yarmouth event. If anybody like to sort of copy and paste that, you can do it. You can go on to Facebook and find any of us on Facebook, and the links will be on there to that particular event, which is hopefully going to be an absolute cracker. Right, moving down to my mate Mike again. Iron Slim and I did finalise the Idiot Collective USA East Coast ride out this year. The Idiot Collective, obviously, still relating to Del Boy's channel and all this sort of stuff. We have the various meets. So we got the USA meets, and they finally put it together for the East Coast ride this year, Saturday, July 2nd and Sunday, July the 3rd, hoping to get a little bigger turnout. And they did have a half-decent turnout last year, so that's all good, Mike.
I must admit.
Yes, Mike.
Yeah.
About a year ago, Delboy started going a bit crazy and wild with the stuff that he was doing. But over the last 2 months, 5, 6 videos, something like that.
Yeah.
He's putting some quality videos out now. I watched them, and they're good. I enjoy them. So I don't know what he's done or how he's managed to do it, but
Well, I'll tell you what he's done. He's completely, what he's done is, because obviously, you know, I don't know who's actually met now, obviously, like I have, and Skeggy's part of the collective. No, he's been obviously doing the Del Boys channel for a good few years, and, you know, there's a lot of fantastic videos the boy has done. You know, some follow, some don't, and everybody's got their own personal opinions about people. But what Del's actually done in the last few weeks is actually he's got himself a permanent garage now. He's always, over the last few years, moved and then moved again and moved again. And he's now got himself a permanent base, which, in all honesty, is now, you know, like a little mini garage studio. And I have to say that the videos that he has been putting up have been very, very good videos for a lot of people. There's a lot of interesting stuff, and it's not bullshit stuff. It's relative straightforward stuff, but it's stuff where anybody who's a biker can look at and learn from. You know, like, I mean, it's not about, as he says, it's not about sucking eggs or telling people this is the way you have to do it. This is the way you can do it. You know, and it just gives, especially the youngsters, an avenue to sort of look at. You know, like anyone else's videos who does that sort of thing. Oh yeah, Tosh does garage videos, and like Richie started doing them, and like, you know, many people have. If you want to look at it and learn something, then by all means. And the video quality of late, interesting, and I enjoy it. And the content. I mean, like the latest video he's done is headlight aim for MOT. Yeah. Now he could have just said X, Y, and Z and explained it easily, but he actually took the time and put a whiteboard up, showed how to do it, showed when you need to do it, and what sort of settings you do. And I thought, wow, I enjoyed that. And I didn't know that. No. So there was a particular interesting one he done a few weeks back, and he's many, you know, he's done stacks of videos, and you know, you sort of pay attention to the ones that obviously interest you. You know, you're not going to find every single video that somebody does interesting. But the one he put out the other week, and we've all probably done it, and I know I've done it, but it's nice to see somebody else do it, especially from an experience of teaching other people. Was the rear wheel bearing kit? Tosh, you see that one with the rear wheel bearing, the replacements? Yeah. You know, it's all straightforward stuff, but he put together a nice, simple, straightforward video on how to do it. And I'd say to anybody, you know, unless you haven't got the tools, there's no reason why anybody couldn't do what I class as a relatively straightforward job, you know. And it's a nice little video, you know. If I got the end of it, I thought, you know, that'll help a good few people. Yeah. You know, who's never done it before, so. I think the problem is, Waggy, is put yourself into anybody's position who's producing videos. Yeah. Right. You know, if you're doing garage videos, you're working on a bike, you've got to come up with something new. And I'm not defending, you know, Dahlia, but you've got to come up with something new every week. Yeah, I know. In your crowd, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's one of the things where I think to myself, well, okay, it's not, you know, occasionally you'll get one like the bloody underbelly plate thing that he did. Yeah. And I thought to myself, God, I mean, what? You know, I lost count how many episodes of this bloody flash plate thing. But at the same time, I did think to myself, you're producing a video every week. You don't really do motor vlogs as such. You do tutorials. So what the hell do you produce every week? So, you know, it's not that easy. So, yeah, like you say, I mean, give him his dues. I mean, it do take a lot of thought. I mean, at the end of the day, any channel or any show, if you want to call it that, can quite easily fall on its face if you don't produce the stuff that entertains people. It's not just about showing people what things to do, but it's also it's entertainment at the same time. And I think he's obviously he's got that pretty well sorted. He's had a good few years' experience of doing it now, and yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. And I know the guy, and you go fine. So no problem there. But wish him all the best for that one. As I say, he's recently moved into the new garage, and it seems to be going well. So that's all good. Just going back to the board quickly. Message from Bex. Enjoying Tosh and Richard's project videos. Yeah, I suppose we all have, really.
Yeah.
Especially the outtakes.
There's a lot of them to go up still.
Well, let's face it, there's no intakes in there, it's just all outtakes.
It took us about an hour last week to get started. I came on with about 60 video clips, and the first 15, there was nothing in them. It's just... It was hard work last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it took about an hour for us to get him to say, you can buy these for £1, without pissing himself. We were howling.
He's been to Poundland and he knows what else you can buy.
We were absolutely howling. It took us forever to get that right.
Yeah,
it was hilarious.
That's more to the point. That's like the two Ronnies, really. That's quite common. I enjoyed it. Speaking of which,
very apt with today's news.
Yeah, it's quite a sad day, mate. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. 4 candles have finally gone out there.
Yep.
So yeah, but I'm just going back to the what we talked about, the Baths meet. His business come back and said it's actually been overturned. You've now got to pay.
Oh, you are taking the piss.
He's come back with him.
Who's up for going to Matlock kicking the shit out of some councilman?
You know that, mate. So really, in all honesty, it's a shame that, because you've got that everybody's put in a big effort to put this together, just to sort of say you really don't want to do this. There's no need to do it, and yet they've overturned it and fucking basically bullshitted people and gone back on their word. So there you go. Larry Davis, petrol tank in back seat, and where tank should be is a luggage compartment. Obviously, going back to the NC 750 was originally talking about.
Is that the same one that Rob? Oh bloody hell! The Geordie.
Robash.
Yeah, is it the same one he's got?
I think it is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't actually know the bike, to be honest with you.
That's it. I said your panniers in the wrong place.
Is it a twin?
I know.
Is it a twin?
Oh, you got a clue.
I don't know what it is, mate. I don't know. But anyway, what a fantastic night! It's been superb. We're sort of 10 past 11 now, so.
I think you got one more there, Wiggy. I think just the.
Oh, right in the right corner. Yeah, last one from me, old mate Michael. I'm going to meet my Scout. This is obviously he's just purchased a Scout. I'm going to meet my Scout 60 on the 9th, April the 9th. Halfway late. That's the new bike day for me. Bit nervous as it's my first new bike, which is fair enough. Been saving up for a long time. Been saving up for a long time, and just sold his Super Magna, the VF 750, which is a fantastic bike. I know he's done a lot of work with that, and that's a good looking machine. And he sold out to get a 60. So nice one, Mick.
Let's hope you have some lovely good fun on that.
He will do, mate. And I'll obviously speak to you soon. The fact is, Michael and his wife, they came over to England last year, and we done the Jurassic run, and we met up with themselves, fantastic couple, through the collective, and he's also coming back over to the UK in September, if I'm right in saying again, Mike. So we look forward to that one, and I think, to be quite honest, I might be bringing a few more people down with me if they're interested in coming down as well. So a few people that are on here tonight, hopefully. So that should be interesting. That's what it's all about. Anyway, it's good to see you, Mike. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us tonight on tonight's Hangout. It's been a good laugh and particularly fruitful with some information and entertaining. So I'm personally going to say good night to everybody. And of course, if we go from left to right, if you just like to say ta-ra to everybody, I'll lay the gauntlet down. So we'd like to start with Kat.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.
Cheers, Kat. Good to see you. Okay, Rich.
Ta-da.
Cheers for joining, buddy. It's good to see you again, my man. Skeggy.
All I can say is it's good night from me and it's good night from him.
Absolutely, mate. Spot on, my man. In a tradition of. Just moving along to my old mate Andy. Topic, Andy.
See you all later, boys and girls.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Good to see you again, bud. Tosh is an empty chair, and I think it's probably mastermind and he lost, so he's pissed off. So we move. Cheers, Tosh, for joining anyway, mate. Don't know where you're gone. Just moving along to.
Get his dressing going on.
Yeah, take his bra off. I saw doing his back, and to be quite honest with you, we'll just move swiftly along to young Dave. Cheers for joining, Dave. Anyway, it's good to see you, but.
Hello, and welcome to the Hangout. Oh, hang on a minute. I forgot to put my clocks forward.
Yeah, this is last week, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Hello, everybody. See you next time.
Yeah, good to see you, Dave. And tell you what, we missed Keith tonight. I just realised that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see Keith. I think I don't know whether he had something planned. He said he might be turning up, but obviously he's been busy. So anyway,
Paul Flagg's got the better of him.
Yeah, probably, mate. Anyway, I'm just going to swiftly move over to the Q&A for the last time. Night, keep your sheepskin coats on tight. Bimble Boy Blue. Cheers, my friends.
Good advice, mate. Nothing like an old 70s sheepskin.
Yeah, good to see you, my man. Good to see you. You know that. You know that one. Right, we got Night all. See you soon, Larry Davis. Good to see you, Larry. Good to have you back, my man. And keep us in the loop as far as the insurance policy is concerned, mate, 'cause I know you're going to be waiting for a new bike at some point. The old mate Michael, good to see you, my man. Thanks for taking the time out. I know you're at work and stuff, and cheers for the input on the Q&A, mate. And I bet you're looking forward to getting that bike, and I look forward to seeing the videos and so on and so forth.
Oh, yes.
But, yeah, take it easy, mate, and cheers for joining. Okay, right, next, what we got here? No, you lovely people. Biz, mate, you're a star. And
Biz, mate.
No, Bez.
You know, we keep them old videos rolling, mate. They do crack me up. And I'd say, do some more with the hoodies, mate. They make me smile. That one.
I want to see that good-looking girl on there again that he had on there once.
Which one was that?
His missus when he took her up to the pub.
Yeah.
Really? I haven't seen that one.
Yes, mate. It's a good-looking girl, mate.
Really? I haven't seen it. You have to bring it down to the ice.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, you will, won't he?
I like a bit of strumpet.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, bring it down to the ice, Biz. You know she's in good hands with Andy, mate, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
You know that one. Right, Wayne, Highwayman, good night all. Sorry, mate, about the mistake earlier on. Get a mix up, but cheers for joining, bud. It's good to see you, my man. And ride safe, dude. We got here, right, Bexy, night all, take it easy, ride safe. And yourself, Bex. Good to see you. I'll be probably going to hit the sack now after your busy day with Kat and the Hap Cats and so on and so forth. And
I hope she sorts out her accent, though.
Yeah, which one?
Well, her last little video where she put up about her accent, how she speaks, so...
Yeah, that's a funny old... It's just about Peterborough, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to have to teach her how to speak like a Suffolk person, really, so she stays right.
I think what you need to do is put that video up again, you know, with the old singing postman.
I think so, yes.
I think so, mate. Proper Suffolk.
And next one's doing my watch list. I haven't got to it yet.
Yeah, Bimble Boy Blue here, Biz, voice of an angel, eyes of the devil. Yeah. He's spent many fine times with old Biz Boy. Okay, you're right. So, good night, Bex, anyway. Shifty Danny. Hands off, you animals, laugh out loud, Biz. You take it easy, Biz.
Yeah, you take it.
Speak soon, my man. Let's have a look here. Night, cock wombles, cold and dingbat. See you later, you tart. I'll tell you what. I look forward to seeing that bike of yours, or part of it, you know. Whichever part you decide to bring down to the next goddamn fight. A fucking tank on a wheel or something.
Whichever part lasts long enough.
I don't know, get washed away in the street, you know, that sort of thing. Right, Mickey, let's have a look here. Ha ha, okay, Andy, I'll try. Back. I think it's a good feedback on that one. Right. Yeah, just Michael again. Yeah, but yeah, we are visiting again in September this year. Cheers. Yeah, nice one, Mick. It'll be good to see you again, buddy, and your dear wife, Mel. Right, Larry Davis. Yeah, and it's shit. Larry Davis. Right, fantastic. And what we got here? Right, that's it. Right, that's it. Fantastic. A lot to say. Cheers for everybody for joining. It's been a fantastic night and splendid. Shall we just sort of swiftly knock it on the head? Tosh, you got anything to say to the lovely people who have been watching, mate? Because you probably nicked off to change your 90 or whatever you did. I don't know what you did. Right.
I went to have a piss.
Did you? Cheers.
Yeah. But I've washed my hands.
All right, Bob, you can't touch me, mate.
Can't touch this.
There we go. Oh, man. Really?
I couldn't resist, mate. I'm sorry.
Superb. Anyway, just quickly, Tosh, you got many more videos with yourself and Rich coming up, proposed with the TDM?
Many more. Could be 5, could be 15.
More likely to be 15.
I would say, can't you see the worry lines on Richard's forehead?
it'll be 5 videos and 15 outtake videos.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, to be honest, we get in there. We're doing it slowly, but we're having a laugh.
Yeah,
and
that's
all. That's all that matters, really. It's a couple of dickheads in the garage fucking around with a bike. So,
yeah.
you know,
me.
it's not supposed to be. You know, it's just something to do on a Tuesday night, and it's a giggle.
No, but I think it's great because if you can both work together as mates and you can have a laugh and produce at the same time some entertainment, but also get the bike finished. You know, what I mean, that's quite a collective piece to put together and achieve, isn't it?
Yes, you know? It's just a good giggle. You know.
I mean, these are not supposed to be particularly informational. I think some of them have had a bit of information in, but it's just a laugh, isn't it?
Yeah, I think what it is, you know, it's just a personal thing you upload, and you know, the people who know you and are friends, and obviously know you through the channels and so on. So watch because it entertains, mate. You're not looking at it because might necessarily want to learn stuff, and there's other dedicated channels for that sort of thing. But if you want to come and have a laugh, and if you know the people who are producing it and putting it together, then you will have a laugh, won't you? Especially with the outtake videos. You know?
Especially when Tosh does his cameos.
Oh shit!
Yeah. You'd be surprised how many people do. It's bits and bobs in it that are just sort of, you know, handy. Like I was saying about the socket in the, you know, through the fairing for the, you know, I'd used the shorter socket in the past and a nut and bolt through it to hold it in place when I've done it. And at that time I'm thinking, oh, it'll do. I'll do this, you know.
Yeah.
And then years and years later, I see them doing a similar thing, and I thought, well, that's actually a good advice to pass on.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know about you, lads. I know obviously Tosh has done it, and I know obviously a good few people do. But you know, when you say, for instance, you know, Andy, Skeggy, Dave, so on and so forth, Cat, when you go to your garage or your shed and you want to work on your bike, do you just want to get on and work? Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I can't be asked to put up a few cameras and record while I'm doing. I just want to get on with a job and get it done. And I think, you know, if I want some entertainment, I'll watch somebody else's.
Yeah.
It all depends. If it's a job that I've never done before, then I want to video it because I want to understand what I'm doing with it, and I'm learning and passing the information at the same time. Yeah. But if I've already done it before, then I tend to just get on with it. Like a couple of weeks ago, I redone my front brake calipers again. I didn't bother videoing it because I've already videoed it and done it and put it up.
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Skate, you understand what I'm saying, and Andy, don't you?
I do, because I tend to just go out and do it and go, oh, you videoed that.
We only video the ones that I haven't done before, which is all of them.
Yeah, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying.
you're learning a lot.
True.
What you people do,
Absolutely.
you people do, so they're prepared to, set up the cameras and the tripods and all that sort of stuff, and record it properly, and then edit it and put it together. I just want to get out there, get the spanners out, get covered in shit, come back and have a cup of coffee, have a chat with the missus, and wash my hands and piss off for a ride,
That's what it is, isn't it? You can just imagine them like this will be me in a minute because I'm going to go out and do my aluminium my front forks. Whether it makes YouTube is a different thing, but I've been asked to do it, so I'm going to do it, and I'm going to wear the headband with this on. And I'm probably going to come back in and go, well, that's fucking useless.
If you was one of them American vloggers, you'd have to do it with your helmet on.
Yeah.
And you'd have to have your dark visor down, so that nobody could see your face reflected in your chrome.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I just could propose one last question to you, right? I don't know, you do your filming, right? You all put up sort of various quality videos, ones that you're happy with and ones you might not be so happy with. I'm going to ask, just finally, before we go, I remember recording a video, and that's when, as me, Jeff, and the further lads went to the Bentley bike night. And I had the camera set, the contour, obviously they lock in and they rotate and this and the other. I recorded about half an hour of just the park itself and the bikes and everything. And then I recorded the trip home, which was great. I was following Jeff and my mate Andy and so on and so forth on his 1250 Banter and whatever. And I was really, really looking forward. I was so chuffed of what I'd covered and what I recorded. I was so looking forward to getting home and watching it and producing it and putting it together and putting it up on YouTube. And I hadn't realised that the camera had been facing the petrol tank all the way home. Right? I hadn't realised it's dropped, and there was just this. Just the top of the petrol cap all the way home, and I was so pissed off. I thought I've lost everything that I really wanted to show people.
I've done an absolute corker like that. When I did the test ride of the MT-09, I went out and rode it, and I came back and I stuck Lisa on the back, and we went out again to do it. And because I was on that, it's when I used to have the remote control for the camera on the bike. Couldn't put that on the bike that I was on, so I just did it by pressing the button and hearing it beep. And I got the beeps wrong. So I got home and thought, right, I'll edit this up, this will look great. Because there was one point we went over a little bridge type thing, or a little lump in the road, and we were up on the back wheel because of the weight on the back wheel. Not saying she's heavy, but it's a very light bike. And screaming, and it was just funny, but it was just a great laugh. Got home, and it was already recording, so I've got a video of me walking out to the bike, then it goes off. And then later on, it comes back on again, and it's me getting off the bike, and that's all I've got.
That's a very close, yeah.
It's like, oh no!
I think every one of us must have a stupid, that stupid moment when you've gone, what have I done?
I didn't know that the Ghost Drift had got a zoom in fucking thing on it.
I've done that.
Somehow I arranged it so it had zoomed in, and off I went on my bike, and that had zoomed in, and honestly, man, when I got home, I was so pissed off with it.
It makes you seasick to watch it, doesn't it? It's so bouncy.
You can't watch it. I remember that. Yeah.
I've done many a vlog where I've even forgotten to switch the camera on, let alone press the record button. I just haven't switched it on.
Find out though that even if you're not wearing a camera, you'll fucking talk to yourself.
I do that just during the day.
I'm forever giving little tips as I'm riding. I say, the reason why I do it like this is because of this. So the reason I'm doing that is because I never ever put any of those tips into a video, and I don't know why.
Oh, you should.
Well, the other day I was in Ipswich and we had problems on the A14, so Ipswich was quite gridlocked. Where do you tell you? Just you can't move. So I'm coming through all this traffic, filtering all through Ipswich, and I thought when I got home, I'm going to put that up because that's a really good bit of filtering. But I didn't realise I was fucking singing to myself all the way through, and I can't sing, and that was horrible. And I thought, oh God, I pissed that up again. Yeah. So yeah, it happens all the time.
The one that gets me is when you've forgotten to plug the mic in, and you do your whole journey, and then you play it back, and you can just hear the distant voice.
We've all done it. We've all done it. And I'll tell you what, we'll all do it in the future as well.
Yeah. Does anybody else on here do the same thing as me then? That when you're riding, you'll see a biker coming the other way and you give them a wave, or you'll give them a nod, or stick a leg out. Sometimes I'll give them a salute because I find it funny, even if they're going, "What's that idiot doing?" I'm like, But do you find you just do it automatic now? Because I'm finding I'm driving in the car. I'll see a bike coming the other way, and I'm just sat there thinking, why ain't he nodding back? And then, car.
I don't even say why you're nodding back. If they don't nod back, I just go, suit yourself.
Run them off the road.
You don't even think about it till I get home.
It's the other one I found I'm doing is when I'm driving again, and it'll be parked cars on a narrow road, and I'll stop and somebody comes through, and they wave, and they're expecting me to go. I just go.
And then you feel guilty because you go past and think you probably didn't think I did anything.
Exactly, yeah.
You want to turn around and go back and say, sorry, mate, I did put my hand up.
The thing I have problems with, when I go past on bikes or in a car and I say hello, I'm like, hiya.
Of course, the worst feeling about being in a car is when you come into the traffic and you pull out just to look down the road and you think, I could have filtered down there.
Oh, there's so many times that I go to the middle and think, nope, in a car.
Did you realise we said goodbye about half an hour ago?
Yeah, I just thought I'd ask everyone, but anyway, what a fantastic night.
This, by the way, viewers, is what we're usually talking about after we've gone off. We're just talking the same stuff.
Yeah, but you know what? We started a little bit late. I thought I'd give viewers another, 29 minutes. So it's about another quarter hour. So happy days. Anyway, it's been fantastic. I'm now going to kill it. So I'd like to say good night to everybody who's given the time to watch and join us on the Q&A, and all the special characters who have joined us on the column down the bottom here. Thank you.
Special.
Yeah, likewise, mate.
Special.
You know that. Anyway,
Special.
Do you live Windows?
Yeah. Ta-ra.